What's going on, friends? It's Anton Daniels, and I gotta have a conversation with you guys about Teach Henley because you see how the sun is hitting me. This is no finesse, no makeup, no filters, no none of that. This is 100% Teach Henley. I use it in the morning as soon as I get up, right after I pray and brush my teeth, jump in the shower, and I'm hitting the streets because you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So even though they're giving you 40% off your first order, 20% off for life, even though you may get a free gift, forget all that, right? Because we would do this even if it was full price because it's worth that much. I'm in the streets, I'm kicking it with people and I see Dusties everywhere. You don't want to be them. You want to separate yourself. And the way that you separate yourself is self-care. Ladies get it for the fellas. Fellas don't wait for the ladies to get it for you. I'm about to hit the streets right now and I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling great. I mean, I already got confidence, but to have that extra boost of confidence, knowing that you've taken care of yourself and you set yourself apart from all of the rest of the sheep that's walking around making bad decisions on a daily basis. And it's reflected in their actions. It's reflected in the products that they use. It's reflected in the people that they follow. And so if you're trying to level up, if you're trying to make sure that you look good, they're going to send you the pack. They're going to give you all of the instructions on how you're supposed to use it. Then make sure you get your Teach Henley. Again, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. Get your free gift. Make sure you tap in with your boy Anton Daniels because Unc is never going to lead you wrong. I would never have you use a product that I don't use myself. Again, they've been rocking with me for a long time. Make sure you get your Teach Henley. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. What's going on? Is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with us. Thank y'all for tuning in for another Wednesday night. I'm your host, Anton Daniels. We got our friends in the building, and I'll be introducing some of them a little bit shortly. But first and foremost, can we get the chat to give to show Q some love and to hold her up in prayer because she got some real life things that she's working on. I'm gonna just leave it at that. She will be back to hosting a show next month at some point next month, but she got some business that she had to take care of with regard to family and stuff like that. So prayers up for Q. That's our home girl. We love her and we always gonna hold her down. But without further ado, we got some old faces, some new faces, some people you ain't never seen before. Tamara's back. I see Jess is up here. Carmen as usual. Carmaya says, I'm here. She said we remixing. Mimi Shampoo, Eli, Titus, Jonathan Bell. What up, y'all? How y'all feeling tonight?
What up? What up?
What up? What up? What up?
Why you look at me when you said old
Feeling good.
I look right at me.
I did not look at you. I did not look at you. Mimi, you are muted. Mimi, you muted.
That might be a good thing.
There we go. Don't start. Don't start too early.
Listen, it's Mardi Gras week. It's up. Go shampoo. Just go. Let's go.
Started. Don't put a battery in his pack. Let's not get
It's already there. Mardi Gras week.
Opportunity smoke. Smoke for everyone, okay?
Maya looking good today, boy, tonight.
She does. She looks really pretty.
You glowing,
Like she
baby.
just came from church. She got the pearls in.
If you wasn't pregnant already, I might help you out.
All right, so let's go ahead and get it started. We're about to get it popping. Again, for all of my panelists, some of y'all are already familiar with how it is that we do things. But if you're not familiar, you're going to get familiar. And then more importantly, just try to mute when you're not talking because it allows for us to be able to hear people more effectively. All right, y'all. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce this. So the first couple videos, we're going to try to knock out 4 within 3 hours. Buckle up. Within the first one, I want to mine out a couple different perspectives from 2 different people. All right. So the first guy that we're going to have a conversation about is, well, you'll see for yourself. So we're going to go over to the 50
thing
mark.
that conscious will talk about is
50 mark. And we're going to let them talk for a couple minutes, and then we're going to come back and mine this out. All right.
a robber. That same woman who left work, she was someone who raised 2 strong sons. My father's a federal investigator. My uncle, my late uncle, he was a manager of the VA for the suicide unit. She was someone who raised strong Black men. And the same black men that she supported, the same black man that she fed that was also her husband, be the same people that put their thumb on their motherfucking head. You know? So what I'm trying to say is someone who can be so strong, we also live where we're in a community where traditionally, once a white man took his thumb off of us, a lot of us put our thumb on the woman. So one thing that you talked about as far as like your dad and how you treated your mother, I feel like one privilege it is to not be gay. Not gonna lie, I love being gay. Like, you know, like whether it's not a choice, it's not a choice. But in my life, what I feel is, you know, it was karma for the straight men, and also like to reject what patriarchy and masculinity look like, because I had to choose how I'm going to live my life. So, you know how you were talking about how your dad, he was real good with his mom, he was real good with his sisters.
And me as a child.
Yes. A lot of men, they just live based off of the moral code. You don't even know what your own motherfucking morals are.
Right.
A lot of you just want to have children because that's what you're taught to. You didn't get no education. You're not saying you have to get education. You have no craft. You have no skill. So all you can do is really just have fun and have children. Nigga, fuck you. And then another thing that I want to say is too, a lot of people, you know, when I said like, you know, having accolades and things like this, a lot of my friends, and especially with moving to Houston, I have such a respect because like in Arkansas, a lot of people had kids by the time that they were my age. I'm 26. Majority of my friends, like they're between 29 to 30 to 40, you know, beautiful women, well into the careers, clocking 200,000 plus. You know, my allyship to them is supporting them whenever we're out. Like I am a protector. I'm not, there's a big kind of like conversation about like, oh, gay men don't want to be treated as like poodles or whatever. Realistically, I'm 6'2", I'm 200 pounds, 215. Like it's like if a motherfucker step up to my friends, I'm going to defend them. I feel like my presence as a black gay man is to use my masculinity, me being a man, as to not only allow myself, you know, vertical, you know, promotion within life. I don't know how to coin that the right way, but also bring up my sisters with me. And that can be whether it's education, go and get that education, whether it's in careers, because black women are the smartest group in America. They're also the most underpaid. If you want that money, ask for it. You know, whenever you go to the interview, let them know what you want.
All right, I'm gonna leave it there. He goes on, blah, 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 and he talks about how patriarchy has been bad for women, and black women specifically have suffered at the hands of men and all of this other type of stuff. So I'm kind of leaving this open-ended, and that again, he said that he's gay and that it was not a choice, or that being gay is not a choice. And he was basically saying that women have suffered at the hands of patriarchy. I want to get y'all perspective. Anybody can jump in.
Well, I
want to
think
get your thoughts on this.
I think that I think he's coming from a female's perspective because he's like, you know, a lack of better words, a girl. Like, you know, he's coming from a girl's perspective. You know, he's sticking up for the women and you know, what he was saying stuff that's true. I'm not saying that he wasn't saying anything but true, but he had a bias towards women. Like he has a chip on his shoulder for men. You know what I'm saying? That's the vibe I got. And it looked like the guys on the panel want to say that too, but you know.
when is telling the truth placating men's ego or men, period? I don't feel like he was placating them at all. Essentially, what I took away from that situation is that at the hands of black men, they get mistreated in the world and then in turn inflict that same pain on women. I'm not saying it's applicable for all relationships, but I have seen it. And I can't remember, it was this older lady who said that when her man go out to the world and when he come home, it's like completely different. But I'm saying this to say that I have seen it where a man isn't necessarily having the best luck in the world, but then he come home and he bring that home to his wife. So I've seen that. I think he had a lot of truth to what he was saying. I don't think he was trying to placate men, but I also think that we need people to advocate for women. And I feel like he did that.
But why does he have to do that? Like, you know, why does I mean, coming from if he's coming from a man's perspective, I can understand, but he's coming from a woman's perspective.
So he's just because he's gay, he's coming from a woman's perspective.
I'm listening to what he's saying. I was listening to him, which a lot of stuff was true. They get paid less. They're the, you know, the smartest. I don't know about that. Like he's really leaning into this woman. I don't think they're the smartest. Like, you know what I mean?
I agree, Slimmy. I said Slimmy. I'm sorry. Shampoo.
You know, he has a like now most gay men are up. No, I don't want to say that. I'm not going to say that.
It seems as though you're equating gay men with being feminine. Not all
No,
gay
see,
men
that's
are
what I
feminine.
thought. I was going to say something else. You really would have thought that. But what I wanted
I
to
think that's what you're trying to lean toward, though. I don't think that's necessarily the case for all gay men, though. There are gay
I
men
didn't
out
say
there
that.
who just as manly, just the other man
Of
out there.
course. Of course.
Wait. Let me ask a
Gay
follow-up.
men are definitely feminine. It's definitely a feminine thing. A man to be with a man is feminine. Period. It doesn't matter what they look like on the outside. They can look masculine on the outside, but that's a natural feminine energy going on with gay men. It's not
So
masculine at all.
sexual orientation is synonymous with
A
masculinity.
man being attracted to another man is
That's
feminine.
crazy.
That's not crazy. That's facts. That's big facts.
That's that's an opinion.
It's
I think
facts.
that's
Man,
an opinion.
I don't have anything against
An
gay
opinion.
men.
I don't think it's an opinion because even
women
in a
were created together.
right, I don't.
Period.
I agree.
Man and a
I
man
agree.
were
I
created
don't think it's an opinion at
man and
all.
woman. So it's definitely facts.
Even in same-sex marriages, it's always somebody who has to submit to the other person, even if they're versatile, whatever. If you in the same-sex relationship, that's not the subject, but there's always a top and a bottom when you're versatile. So it's not an opinion. You definitely got to do it. Besides that, I will argue that you, as far as the workplace, you negotiate what you're worth. That has nothing to do with whether you're a woman or a man, a gay woman, whatever. You get paid what you negotiate for. And it's notoriously that women are not best at that behavior. It is. You are worth what you negotiate. Now, if you lowball yourself based on your male counterparts, that's your fault because you didn't negotiate your worth.
Well, he's coming from the perspective. I'm
coming from the perspective as a workplace.
I'm talking about him. He's coming from he's picking up that mantle that women are not treated equal. So he's really leaning into this woman thing. That's what he's
Carmen,
really
if I don't know if steak is an option,
I would argue that women get the favoritism in the workplace. I really would, especially in today's nowadays. I would argue that.
That's not
yes, I would argue that based on if you're going to the workforce, I will argue that a lot of employers will seek to employ women just because they need to have a woman to fill their quota.
They got to be pretty, you know.
It depends on the role. I don't think that's the case for every situation. I think it depends on the role. Yes, if it's for a secretary role, if it's for a bartender, for a waitress, yeah, there might be preferred that it's a woman. But if it's like a warehouse job or for something else, I don't think they're going to say, "Oh yeah, let's just hire that woman because we need women or women." I don't think that's the case.
Let me back up for a minute. Tamira, do you think that patriarchy in any way has negatively affected women today?
Before I answer that question, can I just say I'm still processing the fact that a gay man is giving advice and telling us how the patriarch should run and how we should view it in 2026. So that's still something that I'm processing right now. Because I think that if anything, masculine leaders need to be having these conversations. So this goes to show how far we've gone away from traditional values as a society if we really want to have a real conversation. I mean, it's a little bit disturbing almost, honestly.
That you need him. But he's saying he's supporting women. He's coming in the sense that he's supporting women. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what you're saying, but he's picking up that he's behind y'all. He has y'all back. You don't appreciate that?
And that doesn't concern you? Like the fact that we've gotten to this point where now gay men are the ones speaking up for women? Like, I mean,
Not me.
I don't
Do you
know.
have Tamara? Are you against gay people, or you?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Gotcha. I just want to know where he's coming from.
Yeah, no, I'm absolutely not
I
against
got you.
gay people.
Mhm.
I love everybody. I'm just telling it how I see it right
I
now.
got you.
But as far as
I
Anton,
agree with you.
okay, wonderful. Anton, can you say your question again? I kind of went off on a tangent.
Do you think that patriarchy has negatively affected in any way, has it negatively affected women today?
No, I don't think so.
I'm a respond to that. Number one, I want to just comment on his comment. I don't think him gay or straight has anything to do with the comment. So I just want to comment on his comment.
Okay.
I am a proponent of protect Black women. I do feel like Black women need more protection, but also Black women need to know who their protector is.
Well, hold on. Before you deep dive into that, let me ask you a follow-up question. What does that look like? What does that mean when you say that you're a proponent of protect Black women?
I feel like women in general can be manipulated. All the way back to the Adam and Eve story, when the serpent went to Eve instead of going directly to Adam. It was because he knew he could manipulate Eve, and then Eve could manipulate Adam. Because he couldn't manipulate Adam. Adam was a man of God. You see what I'm saying? So I think it goes all the way back to women knowing who their protectors are. As soon as women got away from their protectors, which are men, as soon as women got away from their protectors during the feminism era, then society turned into chaos. When women were under their men, and when men were able to lead, and women accepted the leadership, they had all the protection that they needed. They didn't even have to work.
How do you protect somebody when they have the choice to do what they want to do? So, for example, regardless of how I feel, what my daughter may think, I'm still her father. And so in order for her to be able to do anything, she got to get permission from me. So she can like some of the stuff that I say, or she can dislike some of the stuff that I say, but she doesn't have a choice, right? Because she's under my covering. She's under my rule, essentially. How do you implement that for grown adults that can choose to do whatever it is that they want to do? And I'm following this up because, you said that you was a proponent of, protecting.
Yeah, definitely. And protecting Black women.
Hold on one second. Watch. You gotta
what's going on, brother?
got an echo.
I got an echo. I'm about to transfer to my laptop. I got you. I'm gonna be crispy. 1 second. Yeah.
Right. Go ahead.
So I believe women need protection in multiple ways. Not only physically, if a man trying to rob you or take your purse. I think women need more protection mentally. So what I mean by that is this social media, this music, because like I said, women can be easily manipulated. That's just the truth, because women are emotional creatures. Emotions can be manipulated. You know what I'm saying? I feel like men are a little bit more logical. So I feel like women need protection. I do. I feel like women need protection.
You had me, Eli, then you lost me.
I got you, but I gotta be honest. If you listen to your man more than you listen to social media, then you listen to the rap music, then you'll live a better life. Men have always protected their women since the beginning of time. You know what I'm saying? Our grandfathers protected our grandmothers. They, like I said, they didn't even have to work. It was each household was only being taxed once.
But that was under the patriarchy, right?
Yeah, that was under the patriarchy.
So do you propose that women more or less lean into the patriarchy, or do you think that
I think women have been
they still should have the freedom to operate in the way that they operate in the day?
I think women should have the equal freedoms as men. But I think that women I think that we live in a matriarch now. I think that we live in a matriarchy. I think women were protected more. I think women had to work less. I think women were happier. I think women were more married. I think women were more fulfilled when we were living in a patriarchy, when men could be men, when a $20,000 a year salary could pay for a woman, his wife, 10 kids, and his girlfriend on the side.
But them days is gone now.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so now we live in a society where women have equal rights. So you got every household, every married household being double taxed. You know, even if you make $100,000 a year, you're being.
But how do you? Okay, so how do you advocate for protecting women again when they have the? Because you're not putting that genie back in the bottle. You're never gonna get women to go back to the thing that they advocated.
Cookies,
So I advocate by putting the wisdom out there and letting them choose, because they have enough negative information to choose from. So just putting the information out there and letting them know, hey, listen, this is where we went wrong in society. You know what I'm saying? When we were
these same women are also complaining about the fact that they do have equal rights. You go on the internet every day, they're crying about how they got laid off, how they gotta,
but that's
this, and they're homeless, living out of their cars. That's what you do. Like you see women crashing out over because of layoffs from whatever they're, wherever business they're working at, and they're freaking out. They don't know what to do. They're living in their cars. They complaining about not getting food stamps. They're complaining about the main fact of being mothers, regretting their own kids that they chose to have. They don't want to be protected. So no, the patriarchy did not negatively affect women at all. If anything, equal rights. We don't want to be equal. We want to be equal when it's convenient for us, not equal at all things. No.
So you think in some cases
cherry pick where you want to be equal at. Oh, I'm sorry.
So you think Carmen, you think that women are not, in some circumstances, they're not as equal as to men.
We're not supposed to be equal to men at all.
I'm asking you. No, I'm just asking.
No, I don't. I don't think we're supposed to be equal at all. We complement each other. We are not supposed to be equal as women. It's whole equal rights.
Yeah,
it's a lie.
I don't think that Jess likes what you're saying right now. I'm gonna just say that.
No, I don't like what they're saying at all. But I want to change the wording, because when we say equal rights, I think that's the wrong word we should be using. I think women want equity. Women want fairness.
What does that mean?
So, for an example, being treated fairly in a workspace, meaning that if there's a man and a woman that they have the same experience, work experience, degrees, and so forth, that they should be making fair salaries, and that the man shouldn't be making more just because he's a man. That is saying I want it to be
that been disproven
equitable.
Before? Hasn't that been disproven? The whole gender pay gap thing?
Yeah, I don't think.
But would you apply the same logic to a woman in construction? Would you apply the same logic to a woman working in the oil rigs and the linemen in Tennessee? You wouldn't apply that same logic. So that's what I mean when it's cherry picking.
Well, you can't say what I would say, because that's not what I'm saying. I think when you switch the word to equity,
would you apply the same logic to other things?
But you're asking me then answering.
Okay,
I don't
so
think
go ahead and answer.
You're confusing me.
I'm asking you a straightforward question. Would you apply that same logic to other?
And I'm going to answer your question.
All other work areas.
I'm going to answer your question. Okay. I think the word needs to be changed from equal to equity, because when you focus on fairness, that changes the connotation of what we say. Like, I don't think men and women are equal. They're not going to be equal. However, I think they work together like a yin and a yang, like a puzzle piece. I don't think one particular role is more important than the other. I feel like the man is the head, the woman is the neck. One cannot move without the other. They have to be with each other. So I think what y'all are trying to say is that the man, he's here and the woman is here. I don't necessarily think that to be true. However, just because a man is a man, I still want to be treated with equity in the workplace. We're not equal. We're not going to be equal. But when you focus on fairness, that changes it. So yes, if it's construction, if a woman is working in construction, should she be paid fairly? For an example, we're going to use pay. Yes, exactly. It's the same across the board.
So the term equity
Let
me
follow up with a question.
Same role as the men.
Let me follow up with a question real quick. All right, Jess. So let's say, for example, you get that. Should we do away with unions, for example, that would allow for women to make the same amount as men, yet they don't do some of the same jobs that men do on some of these construction sites and these plants and linemen that's reconnecting, our electrical grid, things like that. Should women be downgraded in any amount that they make in these environments where postal service, whatever it is that's going on, stuff that's more physical, where they may not necessarily be able to meet that same expectation? Should they be downgraded in how much money that they make?
Mm-hmm. If a woman cannot fulfill the role that is expected of her, that is in the job description, should she be paid that amount? No. So hopefully I'm answering your question, but if you shift the focus and focus on equity, because right now I think you're giving me wording that's equivalent to equality in the workplace and not equity. But if you focus on equity, it all still equals out. It still comes out to the same thing. So if a woman is not meeting those expectations, no, she shouldn't get paid the same amount as a man. No, I don't think that.
What's the difference
That's
between
not
equity
fair.
and
It's not
equality?
equity. It's not fair.
So I wanted to bring out the definition of relational equity, which is what she's talking about. It says accumulated value, trust, and goodwill built within relationships through consistent, selfless investment of time and effort. There have been many times where we have talked on the panel with Jess, and she would always bring up about how women are complaining about the duties that they have to do, the effort that they have to put in.
That's not the connotation I said it in. If you're gonna quote me, quote me white girl now. Don't do that.
Cooking.
But what's the difference though, as far as in the workplace?
Compared to the man just going to work and then coming home and not doing something. So with selfless effort, there shouldn't be no complaining, regardless of how long it takes for someone to return whatever it is that you're looking for. There have been so many times where we talked and it has been always women are doing the bulk of this, women are doing the bulk of that, but it's a selfless investment. If you're talking about equity, you have to keep everything together. You can't just pick and choose.
Come on, love. Where are you getting that definition? Because the definition of equity and equality, that's not the definition that you're giving.
You're talking about equity in a relationship.
I'm talking about equity, period. I'm not putting no extras on it.
Can we go back to Eli's comment earlier about how the matriarch has taken over and it's no longer a patriarchal society? I would disagree with that, just because I think that the Black community has maybe turned into more of a matriarchy, but that's not true for every American community. And what I'm hearing Jess talk about is more like DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, which we know is kind of like Marxism. And so when we actually, but it's that same sort of language, and it's just like that's the problem with our society is, people just don't want to be true to what it is already we know to work. And so I think that when it comes to like the patriarchy, yes, maybe the Black community has turned into a matriarchy, and that's why we're seeing gay men speak up for us. And that's the problem, is that the Black community needs to return to its values.
So I just want to say this. I'm literally talking about the definition of equity versus equality. I'm not talking about no relational stuff. I'm not talking about DEI. That is not, we're not even talking about DEI right now.
But it's the same sort of liberal language though. Like it's obviously not helpful.
Just because the words could be used in DEI conversation doesn't mean that that's what I'm talking about. If you go to the definition of equity and equality, that's solely what I'm talking about.
So
that's
give us a definition.
Y'all add extras to something that I'm not adding on to. Like you're adding
us your
more.
Definition of equity. Kamaya gave us a definition. Give us your definition of equity.
The definition of equity, give me 1 second here. Fairness with acknowledgement and differences. So when you talk about equity, you're talking about fairness. Equality, it's the same rights, it's the same treatment, which is why I feel like we should be treating women and men, for an example, with equity and not equality in the workplace, because then you wouldn't have conversations like, well, if a woman can't do the same job as a man, should she get paid less?
You said the word fairness.
That would mean they make less in the workplace then.
Let's back up. Let's back
fair.
up for a minute. Let's back up for a minute. Let me ask a follow-up question. Is this only applicable in the workplace or is this in general?
In general.
Okay, so would you say that women have been unfairly given prison sentences that are tremendously more lenient than men because they are women versus, you know, guys that go to prison for an extended period of time for the same crimes? And you know, historically speaking, and if you look at the studies, it shows that when men or women are arrested, women tend to get more lenient crimes than men get.
That's a fact.
Ooh, I feel like that's such a deeper, okay, on a surface level, is that fair? No. But okay, I've heard terminology like this before, and I don't know if I'm gonna explain this the right way. But when we deal with men, like men, that's what y'all go. Y'all go hunt, y'all go out there, y'all go, like y'all could kill somebody and be like, all right, cool, I did it. But women, for a woman to get to that place, it just takes a whole nother level of like, we're not built to go out there and hunt and kill and do X, Y, and Z. So like, I just feel like on a surface level, is it fair? But I could also understand the logic in it. Like, I could understand something and not necessarily say it's fair and I agree, but I get it though.
I'm gonna tell you the logic.
But the thing is, when you keep using the word fairness, it's not fair.
I just said it wasn't fair, Carmen. I said that.
No, but when you define the word equity, you kept saying the word fairness. It's not, because when
I said
you
it
have
wasn't
somebody
fair. We're saying the same
it's
thing.
not fair.
Wait, you just literally proved the point.
I said it wasn't fair. I said it. Y'all, okay.
Exactly.
Like
So
y'all
we're
doing this
not
on purpose.
supposed to.
I said it wasn't fair.
The point where your environment, in order for us to thrive, if you want to be equal to men, equity, whatever you want to call it, we have to manipulate the environment in order for y'all to thrive in.
I just said it wasn't fair, y'all. I was just explaining.
And then that defeats your whole argument. We're not supposed to be fair. We're not supposed to be fair.
I said it wasn't fair. What are y'all talking about?
You said I'm confusing you. You confusing me because you literally.
If you listen instead of trying to respond, you will understand.
I'm listening, girl. I let you talk for a whole 5 minutes. I'm listening, but
just because you listen don't mean you're understanding, though.
I want to comment on that.
You don't understand your damn self. That's what the problem is.
Give me a second.
Why you so tight, love? I'm just saying.
Hold on, y'all. We can't hear everybody.
Not strike a nerve.
I want to get Eli. Eli, you said you had something to say. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to come in on the whole prison system. So in prison, women are more of a liability than an asset. When a woman gets tired, she done, period. If a man gets tired, he's gonna get beat, you know, in every way. The prison system is a lot harsher on men than women, and women cost more money to house in prisons than men do. Women have more health issues, you know, with their body in prison. A woman's body is a lot more complicated than a man, Jess. And I just want to say I love Jess. You know what I'm saying? Jess plugged me in with y'all, man. So shout out to Jess. But a woman's body is more complicated than a man. And I think a woman's body is more magnificent than a man also.
Oh,
man. Shout to Jess again. You know, they bring life into the world. But in the prison system, a man is going to make that system more money times 10 than a woman. So that's why on every first 48, the goal is to convince the woman to flip on the man. It's never to flip the man, to convince the man to tell on the woman. It's always to convince the woman to flip on the man so the woman gets a lesser sentence. Listen, I don't want to put my business out there, but I've seen
it. Put your business out there.
No, because it's family. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it. I got family that's committed.
I'm throw them under the bus.
I'm talking about female man that got a slap on the wrist. I'm talking about a slap on the wrist.
What they do?
I got 3 cousins that just got a week ago, a combined 50 years.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying?
What did they do?
Football numbers.
Eli, what did they do? Eli, what did they do?
I don't know how to.
Just give us a taste.
No. I don't know how to, because it's still
murder.
No.
Let me guess.
It wasn't a heinous crime.
Wait.
Don't answer it.
No, I'm
Just
just asking.
It wasn't a heinous crime. But what I'm saying
Don't
is,
incriminate yourself.
Years.
what I'm saying is that it all boils down to the money.
It's drugs, bro. Either drugs or scam. It's either drugs or scam.
No. It's not. It's not.
What was it?
It wasn't. but like I said,
it has something to do with school.
It all boils down. I'm not telling you, Shampoo. It all boils down to the money. It all boils down to the money. The man is a much greater asset to the prison system than a woman is. Would you rather take care financially a man or a woman in a prison system? You're gonna get more production out of that man. That man.
But what difference does it make? Fair is fair.
Yeah, but we don't live in a fair society. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we going based off of what Jess is suggesting.
But money rules outside of God. Money rules the world. You know,
just because we say something should be doesn't mean that that's the reality. Yes, so I think things should be equitable. Yes,
but
they know.
For the sake of conversation, we're pretending. You know, because we want to know what this looks like. We want to know what fair and equitable looks like, right?
I honestly think if we're going to go with equitable or equity, if a woman and a man do the same crime, then they should be sentenced the same thing.
Let me ask you another question.
It'll never happen.
Should women be required to sign up and get drafted in the case that we go to war?
Yes.
I don't think so.
No.
No. Let me continue. Should women also be put on the front lines right next to men in war?
No.
Why?
They shouldn't. I don't agree. I've been quiet because I don't agree with any of them.
Well, hold on. But y'all vote.
But
hold on. Wait a minute. Let's explore this. But y'all vote matters the same, right? Y'all can determine who gets in the office that then makes the laws that will determine whether or not we all supposed to be on the front lines or not. So if we're talking about fair, I'm trying to understand, how is it fair when it's for you, but it's not fair when it's not in your favor, is what I'm saying.
I don't agree with it. So I don't think women should. I don't think women, if you're married, I think it should go back to the old days where your husband's vote was the only one that counted for the family. Like a lot of women. I mean, I'm a very traditional woman in a lot of ways. Y'all just don't get to see it.
That ain't traditional.
It ain't a slave.
No, I mean, no, that's not no slave. Like if
you want women to have the vote, you going back.
Oh, Mimi, let me ask you this, because the times now are not how the times were back then, right? And there could be a slew of different reasons as to why that's the case, right? If women should not be allowed to vote, and we're gonna go with that hypothetical, then women should also have the ability to not work.
Yeah,
right?
girl, I want to stay home. I'm tired.
But a lot of women don't have that luxury, right? You and me both, okay?
This is true.
But a lot of women don't have that luxury.
Like the feminine movement robbed me of a lot of things. Yeah, it really did. And I mean, before we kind of went off on this tangent, I had all these things listed in my head. You know, what of all the reasons why I feel like patriarchy, well, that femininity, actually, the feminine movement,
feminist,
it really robbed me personally, and I'm talking from a personal sense, of a lot of things. You know,
wait a minute. Wait. Just because you don't have the ability to determine what happens in your household, don't mean that you get to relax. Who told y'all that?
Oh no. I don't believe that I should be relaxing, but I would really like.
You said you was tired.
I'm saying that don't mean that you don't get to work. Is what I'm saying.
No, I mean, these aren't the days where you can even survive on that. You know,
but you ain't gonna just lay around the house.
No. But wait a minute. In the words of Eli, that means that you need to rely on the judgment of the person that you subject yourself to in order to determine what's best for your household, right?
Correct.
So how y'all gonna question? How you gonna question the leadership of the person that's over?
I'm not questioning the leadership of men. I'm over that. I used to be that way. I'm over that.
Either you gonna be all the way submissive, or you gonna give up your rights, or you gonna take them back. Which one?
Yeah, by the way, the responsibility come with the rights. It's like they're two halves to the same coin. So like it's like women got the rights, and then the responsibilities then come with it. So it's like you got the good side, but not the bad side. It's a little bit of a.
Do y'all want rights or no? Do y'all want rights or no?
I don't want no rights. No, I'm good.
I'm good.
A few. I'd like a few.
I'm good. I'm good. If the ability to vote, like in the household, if my husband's vote counts, he can have the vote because 99% of the time I agree with him. Y'all just thinking about people.
Wait a minute. But what if he says, you know what, Carmen, I'm not feeling the idea of you being a stay-at-home mother anymore. I would like for you to go to work. Then what?
I'll work for you, sure.
No. You don't get to choose. No, listen. No.
I don't get to choose.
I get a say.
Then I can get to work. But then my question would be okay, let me go to work. Who carries the bulk of the responsibility of this household?
That's not your concern. That's not your concern. When you do your job at work, right? If you go to a regular job, you don't get to tell the supervisor, you don't get to tell the director, you don't get to tell the VP, you don't get to tell anybody that's above you how they're supposed to do their job. They tell you what you're supposed to do, then you go and execute. So when did y'all start feeling as though you should have some say-so? And because if you're going to give it up, and if you're going to buy into the program, then that means that you're going to give it up all the way, or because you can't be halfway. God don't like lukewarm. He either like hot or cold. Which one you want?
I'm going to work.
But Anton, we could say the same thing for men. To be quite honest with you,
you didn't answer the question.
I was about to answer it. Honestly, a lot of women don't want to be out there in the workplace with men. We don't want to be doing all that shucking and jiving. We would rather be in the house taking care of the home, making sure.
It's about what he determines is best.
Okay, so if he's saying that I need to go out and work, then you can't have it both ways either, King. So my thing is, if I'm going out and I got to give you my half, then that means when I cook, you got to wash them dishes.
Women have always worked. They have always worked. And the roles might have been different. The jobs might have been different. What they did might have been different. But women have always worked. That don't mean that they got the opportunity to vote. That don't mean that they get to determine what happened in the household.
But their kind of jobs were different, though, Anton. A lot of times back in the day, women were
secretaries and stuff.
Yes, it was hard. Even being a stay-at-home mother was rigorous. They baked everything from scratch.
They had to wash the diapers.
No. Not this microwave.
It's not the same.
Yes, microwave, air fry.
Not DoorDash.
But a lot of the kids these days are a little bit
No.
special, so that makes it harder.
They actually really hung the clothes up on the clothesline. They physically washed every piece of clothing. It wasn't no disposable diapers. They actually had to bake everything from scratch. They actually worked in the fields and went and picked their own vegetables. They taught their children. They walked them to school. Sometimes they actually worked in the schools that their children actually went to. It was real life. All of this that y'all got going on right now is different.
Mm-hmm. And I want to say this also from a spiritual standpoint. Back to Adam and Eve, because you got to go back to the start to understand how to move in the future. You got to study your history. Working was initially a punishment for men. When they sinned, when Adam and Eve sinned in the garden, the punishment for women was pain during childbirth. God said that a man was going to have to work from the sweat of his brow. So that was our punishment when Adam sinned in the garden. A woman's punishment, look it up, Anton. A woman's punishment was pain during childbirth. So when women fight to work, equally as men, I think a woman should be able to work if she want to work. But to want to work as equally as men and as much as men, you're basically serving our punishment and your own.
So Eli, can I ask you a question?
So yeah, go ahead.
All right. What do you think about these prostitutes in Nevada fighting to become the first the first in the U.S. to unionize?
I think prostitution was the first industry.
So you think that they should have unions?
Why not? You got OnlyFans. You got them being taxed. It's a profession, at this point. You for the longest they were being pimped and beat on and
arguing you right.
Well, I'm not really sure where we're going right now, but give me a second.
Confused.
We got time. We got to get to the next subject. So let me read some of these super chats, and then I'm going to introduce the second half of this conversation, and then y'all can continue the conversation as y'all see fit. First of all, I want to say we appreciate y'all in the chat for holding us down. Thank you to everybody that shares the show, everybody that supports the show, everybody that subscribes to the platform. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. I just dropped the video yesterday. We got a content creators live stream coming up where I'm going to show y'all more of the back end of exactly what it is that I generate, how I make it, how I market myself, and how we continue to make a bag and crazy money despite the fact that everybody else is down. We're going to show y'all all of that. All right. So, Kais, what up? Kais says, he said, all hoes are the same. That's what Kais said. Kais, thank you for the 20 ball. We appreciate you. Daniel, is always learning, says, what's good, AD, in the panel? Everything good? We cool? Why not? Always. Justin Cotton says, strong panel on paper. Let's see how this goes. Justin also says he put his thumb in the wrong place. Terry Johnson, 8620, says straight Democratic Party, liberal female cliche talking point. Someone paid him. Do your research on the acting roles those guys played at the table. Except for Clifton. They were in feminine roles. Darian Murphy says men provide everything for women, but the complaining never ends. Men grant women rights. Men protect women's right. Also, most of the men women complain about were raised by single mothers. Man 90, what up though? I appreciate you. Thank you for the 2 ball. Caramel Wonder says black women aren't even safe from other black women. Terry Johnson 8620 says the patriarchy is all evil until it's time to build the roads, fix the cars, construct the buildings, go to war, and stop the wolves from trying to come into your home and rob you. KL the Wanderer says just please don't make a mess. That rhyme. I like that, KL. Thank you. AR Smitty says, Jess, has it been proven that female models are on average paid more than male models? Where's the workplace equity? Darian Murphy says equity means equality of outcome. Equity is communism. It means even if you don't do the same amount of work, you still get the same pay. Would everyone be happy with that? Man 90 says, no rants tonight, Jess. Equity surely. JB 4076 is in the building. I appreciate you. Says, I don't think Jess knows what equity is. What she described is not equity.
You don't gotta read it like that. You don't be adding that extra sauce, but no, you buttered it up, Anton. Don't do that.
Hold on,
you know what you did.
Wait a minute.
You know what you did. I had to take a snap.
Wait a minute. I'm reading every.
I don't think Jess knows.
I'm reading every super chat with the same amount of enthusiasm.
No, you put some on
yes, you did.
But I'm gonna let you have it.
Mimi, am I reading every super chat with the same amount?
You have been pronouncing everything properly and doing your. But I think the chat is doing better when it comes to their periods and their exclamation points.
So all I'm doing is giving life to what people are paying for. I think that the people deserves that extra effort.
Absolutely.
That we giving it to them. All right, just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. JB 4076. First of all, JB, we thank you for the 10 ball because you didn't have to do it, but you did. Says, I don't think Jess knows what equity is. What she described is not equity. What she described is fairness. Fairness is for children, not adults. And adults get what we accept, not what's fair.
You asked for that, Jess. You asked for that.
That's what he said.
That was on the money.
Man 90 says, break down equity. Break it down. Josh, what up? Josh says, one mic, y'all. We got to do one mic. That's what Q usually says. John Francis says, and Q will be back next month. Just for those of y'all that's just joining in, trying to figure out where's Q at. Q is still here. Q is dealing with some life events. And so she had to take some time in order to handle some family stuff. So prayers up for Q. Shout out to my girl Q. John Francis says, Tamara, make America great again, baby girl. We love Tamara. KL says, I turn around, I see women as police officers to the Secret Service. They basically taken over, in my opinion, in the work field. Terry Johnson says, feminism has given women a right to equal opportunity, the chance to compete, but not equal outcomes, says the late, great Kevin Samuels. Men, we learn and grow from our failures. We don't always get fairness. Welcome to the party.
Yo, by the way, that's the definition of equity, equality, outcome. The one that the guy just said in the super chat.
Yeah.
So it's not like the equal opportunity thing. I think equity is like equal outcomes. So like everybody has the same income, same job, same position.
That's communism.
Exactly. Oh, give me a second. I'm gonna come to y'all. Daniel is always learning. Says, pretty Tamara, how y'all, sweet home Alabama. Shirley Smith says, a broken leg, a heart attack, and a migraine enter the ER. Equality, everyone gets a Band-Aid and Tylenol and sent home. Equity, triage the patients and treat accordingly.
That is a great.
KL the Wanderer says, I was watching these recent Star Trek series, and the women are masculine, just as the men in space. LOL. Debo says, oh, Jess Luther King, still fighting for reparations. Man says, shampoo and Mimi loading up. Me University in the building says, real quick. If Jay and MJ fall, no air cover for blacks. Daniel was always learning, says, Jess, listen to the man or live by your damn self, madam. First of all, shout out to, I'm going to read Nancy Sue's last. Truth Stands 100 says, no, don't do that, Jess. 80 always with character on every platform. Bag chasers for life. # we the best. Shout out to you, Truth Stands. I'm glad that you letting her know. Courtney Yeager Show says, what's the word, AD? What's the word, Courtney? I appreciate you, big dog. And my dog, Nasty Stu, in the building with the Audi parked in the front lawn, said one of the people at the table is a biological woman. That is true. One of the people that was at that is on this right here. See the little man right there? That's a biological woman that transitioned into a man. That is true.
What?
True. That is correct.
Him?
No, not him.
Oh, one next to him.
So let me show you.
Oh, let's see.
That one.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you can tell. Yeah, you can tell.
So that's a woman who's now
a man.
You can see it though. You can see little like clues and stuff.
No,
female features.
No.
I don't think he got female features. That is a full beard.
Wait, I'm confused. Is that a woman or is that a biological?
It's a biological woman.
Biological woman.
You look like Prince. You look like Prince.
Biological woman that has transitioned and is transitioning into a man.
She's growing a hell of a beard though. That's a nice.
That look like a lace beard.
That is not a real beard. You can tell.
That looks like a nice beard. I don't know.
All right, hold on, y'all. Hold on. We got to stay on track with the show. First of all, thank you, Nasty Sue, for pointing that out. You are the GOAT. And Darian Murphy says 80 is right. When men got the vote, it was in exchange for being drafted. When women got the vote, it was without being drafted, and they continue to have no obligation to serve this country whatsoever. So first of all, thank you, Darian. Thank you, everybody that's in the chat for holding us down. First of all, we love the chat. We hold y'all down. We're going to continue to do what we do, and chat lives matters. You guys are the 11th man on this show, all right? Let me throw in some extra in here. We're going to go over to the 6-minute mark. And we're going to get Clifton Powell breaking down his thoughts, and we're going to explore this from a different lens.
I was just talking about, I'm 70 years old, so I come from a whole nother era than any of you Negroes is talking about. And what I've learned, and I'm not saying I'm right, I think everybody is right, because there's so many levels to this. But most of this was laid on our parents.
Yeah.
My father was born in 1915, and his parents were slaves. Well, his grandparents were slaves. So what I've learned is it's not your mother's fault. It's not your father's fault. It's not your fault. We were born into 450 years of post-slavery PTSD. I am 69, be 70 in March. I've just learned how to love. Our parents didn't know how to love. Their parents didn't know how to love. And if I could say anybody maybe had an edge, it was the women. That's why I celebrate Black women. I live with a psychiatrist, forensics detective, gangster, loving Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, who's just been patient with me to teach me how to love. But in closing on this, because I don't want to get too deep, I called my buddy, man. I said, I'm fucking up, bro, really bad. I'm fucking up. So I never been monogamous. So I don't even fucking know what it is.
What age did you become a monogamous?
Today.
That was a good line.
Clifton Powell,
Yo, that's
69,
It's
going on
not funny.
70. Going on 70 is saying that he's just now learning how to love. And he's now with a woman that has been patient with him. And he is now finding himself in that woman and learning how to love, especially considering the more than 400 years of slavery where we didn't know how to love. All right. What are y'all thoughts?
Sorry for that woman.
On Clifton Powell.
Anton, that's a setup. That whole conversation is a setup because the word is like the word is so misused. It gets used in so many different contexts. People like in the Greek language, there's like 6 words for the word love, and then people in the English language they use the same word, different contexts, different meanings, and it's all this confusion. In my opinion, it's just a setup for like a confusing conversation where people never agree and it just goes back and forth forever. That's just my opinion on it.
You know what's so crazy to me? I could never understand how a man could value vagina so much that it's worth putting his family in jeopardy. It's worth giving his wife or his partner an STD. It is worth creating broken homes and breaking the heart of your partner. And to me, it's ussy that important to you that you would jeopardize all of that. And this is why I can't.
Yes.
Do I think men are selfish? Innately, yes. And there's pros and cons to y'all being selfish, but this is one of the things I could never understand. And I get the whole we're men, we're not made to be monogamous. I think that's bullshit. It is. And y'all can say that to you blue in the face, but at the end of the day, if this are the things that you value, you walk that woman down the aisle, you gave your life, your marriagehood to her, and you're gonna cheat on her and put her at risk. Like, to me, I could never understand that. I think Clifton Powell gave a whole crap of bullshit. You 70, and you now just talking about you now being able to love, and then you're gonna blame it on slavery.
Yeah, and
So-
Like, y'all were giggling at that, but that's pathetic, and a lot of women deal with that.
I agree with
By
you.
the way,
A lot of women go through that. A
Real
lot
quick.
of women have never had the pleasure of having a man who is monogamous.
Okay, so
Like,
He didn't.
that is sad and pathetic.
okay, so let me
on slavery.
respond to that real quick, Jess.
Trauma.
I spend time.
But according to you, Kamaya, the traumas and all of that from slavery not even a factor, because you talk about rhetoric all the time, how slavery is not a factor for how people operate in the now. So I just want to put that out there.
I have never said.
We've had conversations on this panel before when we've talked about slavery.
Said that slavery has no effect on the traumas that people have today.
No, they do though. I've never said that.
I'm talking about racism. You're talking about slavery. Those are 2 different things. Racism is not happening right now at the amount that it was back then. That's what I would always say. So stop trying to relate 2 things.
Wait.
But you brought that up though.
Come on, Obama and his wife were just monkeys 2 days ago.
And so was Biden. Your point is Biden.
I say this to say I think it's pathetic that men willing to buy you pussy that much. I think it's pathetic.
I think. Oh, go ahead, Eli.
Okay. No, you go ahead, Tamara.
Okay. I was just gonna say that I was taught that men have to get the dog out, but don't let them get it out in you. So the reality of the situation is that men and women are different. You know, men have more urges than we do. It's their natural makeup. That's the reality of the situation. And women have less urges. It's testosterone, exactly. Mm-hmm. So what ladies can do is keep your legs close.
And stay young.
Stay young, right? You know, I'm young, 23. Hi.
Yeah, that's how you saying that.
And also, like, make sure that you don't become a girlfriend for 10 years because you're giving it away to a man who won't give you a ring. Women have to be held accountable in this situation as well. And a lot of women are letting everybody hit it, and they're not requiring a man to give them anything. And then they want to complain and say, oh, I feel like men are the worst, and how dare they do this, and you're letting it happen. Men will step up to the plate if you require them to. I would know from experience. I don't open my legs to every man. I'm still a virgin. But yet, men are giving me everything that I want. So I think that women need to take accountability.
So if you stay a virgin, you'll get more in life from those guys.
So hold on, let me come in on that.
Okay.
Congratulations to you also, Tamara, for holding on to that virginity.
Yeah.
You sound like you want to take it. For holding that virginity, giving that virginity.
I want to respond to Jess, because Jess is Jess, I love you, Jess. But Jess is extremely emotional and passionate about what she feels. You know what I'm saying? So I want to kind of make you aware of where that passion comes from. Polygamy is a lot more popular worldwide than monogamy ever was. So like I've been traveling more internationally, and when you go to these other countries, you know, if you go to Africa, a man could have 20 wives as long as he could take care of all of them. It's okay. And just because Clifton Powell said that he wasn't monogamous doesn't mean that he was a cheater. He could have just been polygamous. Cheating is breaking an agreement that you made. If you made an agreement and you broke that agreement, then you cheated on that agreement.
Eli, he said he called his homeboy, said he was effing up.
You know why he's
we can use context clues here. Like, come on now. Don't do that.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Because there's rules in society. That's why he
rules of America.
But that's where we live at.
America forced an unnatural, and monogamy is unnatural. I'm cool. Wait,
by the way, America's only monogamous.
Y'all cool with polygamy till Shorty want to get another dude. Then it's a problem.
Just let me finish.
Then it's an issue. If she want her some more
I mean, if women want multiple,
you've never seen a successful relationship where a queen had 30 kings. You've never seen it. You're never going to see it. But you've seen King David with 700 wives and concubines, a combined 700 wives. 700. This is the bloodline that Jesus comes from.
Really,
King David, Jesus is in King David's bloodline. So if we're the reason why you're so upset right now is because
get a man time.
America forced those unnormal rules on men. Me, I'm cool with monogamy because women can sometimes.
She's right there.
I'm so confused by you. I swear.
Okay, well, let me.
By the way, the reason for monogamy
isn't marriage holy? Don't you make a covenant?
Let me
with
finish.
Man, wife, and God. How are you supposed to bring other multiple people? That's not a covenant.
I got you, but like I said,
you agree to me monogamy is just a cheat.
But like, no. Y'all gotta. Okay, if I can't finish my sentence,
let him go.
Nope, you sure can't.
You got to backhandle.
You gotta be willing to listen to something that you never heard before, because everything that I'm telling you, I don't know everything about the Bible, but the information that I give is rooted in what I've learned spiritually. So King David was a man after God's own heart. King David was an extension of God. Jesus came from King David's bloodline.
He didn't.
He did. What you want to bet? Anton, I'm positive on this.
I'm positive it wasn't.
I'll bet you on that. Jesus came from King David's bloodline.
It depends what book.
Okay. So somebody look up the bloodline.
Listen, you're talking about the New Testament. No. The only way that you can lean into that is if you don't believe every word of the Bible. If you're talking about Joseph, right, and the lineage of Joseph, then yes, you can substantiate that. If you believe in the Immaculate Conception, then you can't believe that.
Okay, so I just Googled it. Did Jesus come from King David's bloodline? Yes, according to the New Testament.
Did you hear the context? Did you hear the context?
So, Anton, you're saying the New Testament ain't valid?
Repeat it.
Real the freak out of this conversation don't piss me off because I want to say something.
Okay, listen. Okay, so I'll give you an example, and I've taught this 1,000 times.
Mm-hmm.
We are all descendants of Abraham once you become a believer. Do you believe that?
You mean post-flood?
I mean post-New Testament once Jesus died.
Well, I don't know. I can't give an answer on it because I don't know for sure. But I know God.
If you're going by Joseph, then you can make that argument. But that would also lean into the idea that you don't believe in an Immaculate Conception.
Okay,
because,
so details about
because if Mary was truly a virgin, then you cannot trace the genealogy back to Joseph, which ultimately would go back to David. But if you truly believe in the Immaculate Conception and that Mary was a virgin, then you cannot. But if you're just going based off of who was technically the father and who was the person that shepherded Jesus,
I get what you're saying.
Jesus, then you can go by that. But you cannot go purely based off of genealogy itself, right? Because that would mean that you don't truly believe in what the Bible says.
I get what you said there. I ain't never heard nobody put it like that.
You lost the bet.
And well, he didn't place the bet.
I wasn't trying to bet. I was just trying to give some insight.
Yeah.
What you think, Jonathan? You ain't said nothing. What you think?
Hold up, 1 second.
No, Eli lost the bet.
Okay, look, 1 second. Let me just finish that. So this is the reason why the women, in America are so angry when it comes to men cheating. And I get it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to be cheated on. Nobody wants to be lied to. So the unnatural rules of monogamy, it is an unnatural thing. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean that I could
just for men or for both.
It's just for men. Women aren't natural.
I disagree.
Okay, and we'll get to why you disagree.
Women desire other men.
Hold on, Jess. You got to make
a point. I'm gonna tell you why.
You can respond, Jess. You gotta let them make it.
Women are not naturally set up to be with multiple men. The angriest women have slept with the most men. The women that hate the men the most have slept with. It's because they've allowed so many spirits inside of their body. Sex is literally a spiritual thing. That's why I stopped having sex as much as I used to. Once I realized that, I'm serious about that, bro. Nobody touches.
Ain't stop though.
It ain't many.
But why are you depriving yourself of that?
I'm not depriving myself.
So what do you do? You jerk off?
Yeah, sometimes.
Nice.
But I ain't got no kids. I ain't got no STDs. All my money stay in my pocket.
You ain't got to take nobody home.
Yep. Hey, listen. So it's a lot of pros to not having, not having sex also. But those unnatural rules that were put on a man, bro, y'all don't understand. When that monkey jump on a man back, the only thing that can keep a man from having sex is God. Period. So he ain't cheating on you. When I did cheat back in the day, I didn't care about her necessarily being upset with me as much as I cared about God being upset. I cared about, oh, you cheated on me. I'm sorry. I was more mad at God saying you cheated on me. You see what I'm saying? So
why would God say you cheat on him? He's not a woman.
Because you broke his commandment. You broke his rule.
Oh, you was married.
Yeah, you broke his rule.
Right.
So when that monkey jumps on a man back, the only thing that can take it off is God, bro. These men ain't cheating on y'all because they hate y'all. If anything,
it's a biological imperative. I feel like we don't acknowledge men's biological imperatives. Men, like the crux of why we are who we are as a species is to multiply.
Yeah.
So our innate inclination is to look at a woman and to see her as attractive enough to replicate with. So that's the hard basic facts.
I wish
in society we're trying to deny that, and it's very simple. It doesn't have to do with. I mean, you can attach God to it, but at the end of the day, we are biologically hardwired to replicate.
And God made us. So it all go back to God. But I wish just could live
So
one
you saying
day.
God a cheater too?
No. I wish
He cheat.
live one day.
That's what you said.
As a
Basically
with a heart with a heart on.
but you know what's so clear though?
Y'all just really just want an excuse to have multiple women.
No. Listen,
I agree. And you want to know what
y'all even want to, I agree with Jess 1,000% in this subject. Y'all just want to have an excuse to have multiple women.
And my thing
y'all don't want to go over here. And the fact that y'all don't believe, I'm Catholic. And the fact that y'all don't believe Mary was an actual virgin, that's offensive. But that's
okay. But listen, I'm not here.
That's so crazy.
I'm not gonna try to.
And y'all bringing Jesus to.
No. I'm not.
Your devil.
You did though. You did, Eli.
No, I'm not. You got
to part of the game.
Bringing Jesus into this. You're monkey on your back. That's a demon.
But wait.
Hold on, y'all.
I want to say
wait. Eli, you got to finish your point.
Yeah, if you don't put words in my mouth.
And I want to say something after.
Hold on.
Okay. I'm still learning spiritually on what I'm supposed to do from a. No, it's nothing to be funny about.
It sounds like a game. It sounds like game.
No, it's not game. Have you read the whole Bible?
I said it sounds like game. I don't read the Bible. I'm not religious.
I got you. So I'm still learning. I'm not perfect when it comes to this or anything. But what I will say is I'm cool with one woman. I'm cool with that. Number one, is a lot more money in my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm cool. There's a lot less headaches. I couldn't imagine having 700 wives. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to talk to nobody. You know,
y'all can barely please one. Y'all talking about pleasing 700.
And that's the truth. You know what I'm saying?
I think you talking about somebody you was with.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, what do you
Shampoo,
want?
I'm sure you ain't hit every strike that you rolled.
Jess, you sound like a Tyler Perry movie, like with these like
y'all are getting distracted. Y'all getting distracted. The question is, or the statement that we're speaking to is Clifton Powell specifically being a representation of men or a lot of men that say that has never leaned into monogamy. Maybe they do once they get past a certain age, but a lot of guys are agreeing with him and saying that they have never leaned into monogamy before.
But the reason why he didn't lean into monogamy is because he didn't have to. The poor man has to.
That's not true.
The rich man. I'm just saying, the poor man can't have multiple women.
That's not true. That's not true.
Hey, I'm talking about for the majority. I'm talking about what your woman.
I'm talking about for the majority too.
Yeah.
The niggas that sleep with the most hoes ain't the ones that got the most money. It's the ones that got the most time on their hands.
I'm talking about the women allowing them to. See,
cheating is a rich man sport.
No.
Listen, y'all got that wrong. If you ask me.
Being able to do what you want to do when you want to do it without being held accountable in a traditional way is a rich man's sport.
That's what I mean. That's all I'm saying.
But cheating is universal. I don't care if you ain't got $1 or if you got all the money. There has never been a barrier that prevents people from cheating. That you don't have to have money in order to do this.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is, man, why agree to monogamy if you're not going to do it? And that's not to say a man go into a relationship to cheat. Some do, but why even agree to even be with somebody under the notion that we just rocking with each other, and then you out there sleeping with it was Keisha, Trisha, Latron.
That's where I agree. That's where I agree with you, Jeff. That's why.
Like, if you real P about it, you ain't got to lie about it. If you real player,
Jess, I agree with you there. If you make vows and you break them, you know what I'm saying? Like, I agree. Like, that's cowardly. I agree with that. But but you know, overall, you should be able to like exercise that option. But if you make vows and you break them, you know, you're done for that.
Why do y'all think that it's a lot of guys that says that they've never leaned into monogamy?
Self-control.
Because it goes against human nature. It goes against male nature to be monogamous.
No, I think that when men, it's the lack of discipline. Y'all don't have no.
It's not a lack of discipline.
Yes, it is. And y'all want everything.
Carmen, how is it?
Hold on for a second. Hold on. I want to get Shampoo's perspective. because I want to get the gas first, because gas can speak to it probably more effectively than y'all can.
You gotta understand, guys like that guy's an actor, but that has nothing to do with it. But when when some guys say they never learn how to love, and I didn't know what mahogany, but whatever you call it was, until I met you. Some of that is game. That's to make a woman think that he had a lot of women and all that stuff. I know a lot of guys that pull that game shit. Sometimes they use Jesus. Sometimes they use a little bit of that, a little bit of that. And, men was born to be with many women. And, I used to be like that, but I'm not like that anymore since I met you. And, it's part of the game. That's why when I hear it, it sounds like game. But people are sincere. I think he might have been sincere. Like you said, he had money, so he had choices. But now he getting older and he wants to settle down. He's saying he knows what love is.
At 70 though?
So hold on, Jess. Hold on, Eli. Give me a second. I want to get Jonathan in here real quick. Okay. And then you can go ahead, Eli. Jonathan, what are your thoughts on this? Why are a lot of guys saying that they have never been monogamous, or that they've never actually been faithful in a relationship before?
I think it goes back to what we said earlier. Lack of patriarchy. Because well, if we don't got no order, we got patriarchy creates order. So all you got right now is confusion and chaos. And it just seemed like when he get to talking about we didn't have that back then, slavery and this, that, and our parents and all that, it seems like what he's really saying, we didn't have no strong fathers. We didn't have no patriarchy in place anymore. You know what I'm saying? So what happens is you got a bunch of men running around trying to figure out how to be a man. You know what I'm saying? And then just trying to figure it out in confusion. So they out here just feeling their way around, trying to, you know what I'm saying? Trying to figure out what it means to be a man. So it really goes back to that, in my opinion.
My father's motto, my father was with my mother for over 50 years. But he used to call, he never condoned what people call cheating. But what he said was, don't ever sleep out. Like, whatever you do, come home, pay attention to your wife, pay attention to, like, show her love. A lot of people cheat on their spouses, and then they neglect that spouse in favor of the girl they cheating with. That's what makes the woman angry. If you give her the same attention, you could cheat all the time. If you go fuck a girl and you come home and you fuck your wife and then you take her to dinner tomorrow and all that stuff, the next day you got that whole day to cheat because you satisfied her already.
That is not funny at time.
My father told me that.
It's real.
My father told me that. I said, damn, this is real.
It's easy to laugh about cheating when y'all going to cheat until y'all get cheated on.
Wait. So I can't laugh at what he said?
It's easy to do the laughing when y'all the ones that we're talking about cheating until y'all get cheated on. Now y'all trying to knock her head before watching the dryer. Cheating is cool until you get cheated on. Then the men want to crash out.
Just can I ask you a question?
Y'all can laugh at that. The fact that y'all laughing at that is crazy.
You know why this is bad, Jess? Because we can't even have a conversation as adults to get understanding. Versus arguing about it. So are you gonna hold us accountable and we ain't even did nothing?
I'm saying y'all laughing, y'all being so
because you didn't listen.
Daddy said if you take her to dinner and you cheated on her, you got all day to cheat.
You're not listening now.
Personal things.
Can I just ask you something?
She can't hear nobody.
It's not funny. It's not.
So he's not even responding.
To the original question.
Can I ask you a question?
No, please.
Did you listen? Did you listen to what I said, or you just heard the part of cheating?
No,
I listened to everything you said.
I said, keep your wife happy and
That's
then
still
you can cheat.
That's still not a good statement. Like that didn't make what you said any better. Like, really?
Keep your wife happy isn't a good statement.
Yes.
No,
Keep your wife happy so that you can go cheat.
No, she doesn't know because you're treating her good. She doesn't know what you don't know.
Jess.
Still a betrayal. What are y'all talking about? It's still a betrayal.
That's why I got upset because they're laughing at it like
real
it's funny.
unhappy as soon as she find out that you was sleeping
She's
around
not
her.
gonna listen, Carmen. Just let me say one more thing. We can go back to church, Eli, but just let me hear one more thing. Let me tell you one more thing. If she's the reason why most women find out is not because the man told them, is because they start looking because they're neglected. So they say, why is this nigga why is he doing different?
Or maybe
shit?
she burning.
You're not listening.
That's not a reason.
You
maybe
listen.
he got somebody pregnant. That's not a reason.
Women
maybe the side chick reached out. That's not a reason.
The reason why they find out is because they start digging because you stop.
Or maybe her pH balance is off now because you out there cheating.
All right, shampoo.
That's not a reason.
Because the Cheetos that she eat, or the McDonald's that she's eating, or the Burger King that she's eating, for her pH to be off.
You can take advantage of an old nigga telling you something.
A hell of a
It's not the food that's throwing the pH.
Shampoo, they don't respect elders. Shampoo.
Okay.
You seen the Clifton Powell shit? They don't respect the elders. They don't respect anything the elders got to say. You're an older black man. They don't give a fuck what you got to say because it's like my boy Jonathan was saying. They don't respect. We don't got no respect for our elders in our culture. Like she should be sitting back and listening. You got a family, wife, and kids. You know what I'm saying? She in there in that cold apartment. Like what the fuck? Like come on, man.
Listen to him talking about if he keep his wife happy, he could cheat all day the next day. I ain't listening to that. You damn right. I ain't listening to that.
Jess, just let me say this real quick.
I ain't listening to that either. That's
I ain't listening to that.
But Jess, just one word. If that, don't call it cheating. Call it going to the store. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Do you want anything from the store? I know you like them peanuts. I know you like those peanuts. You like them cashews. I'm gonna get you them cashews. Oh yeah, give me them cashews.
All of y'all men condoning this behavior. All of it. Shampoo, Eli, watch the screen. All of y'all that condone this type of behavior, it's just so.
But Carmen,
lack of discipline.
Carmen,
too much of a good thing is a bad thing.
Carmen.
And that includes the punani. Okay, that includes the kuka.
Carmen.
Too much kuka is a bad thing.
Carmen.
But y'all want to use every excuse in the damn world to just be like, oh yeah, I just get to cheat because I just want to have multiple women.
Carmen, what is the incentive? Carmen, what is the incentive for men? What is the wait? Hold on, Eli.
Hold on.
One mic.
Watch. Eli been trying to get in for a second. Go ahead.
For a minute, I disagree 1,000,000,000% with Shampoo. Shampoo does not speak for all men. I don't think that cheating on your wife is ever cool.
But y'all laughing about it though. Y'all agree with it though. Y'all laughing.
I mean, it was a kiki.
So I can safely assume that you agree with it.
Let him finish.
It was a kiki though.
I never said it was okay to cheat on your wife. I don't cheat on my wife.
Y'all gonna let him finish? Y'all gonna let him finish?
So I didn't laugh one time. So I don't want to argue about what Shampoo is saying. Shampoo is speaking for Shampoo.
No, yeah, but hold on, brother. Well, I've been married 30. Yeah, but you said something about me that's not true. You said something about me that's not true. I'm gonna correct that.
Well, just wait to respond because I just waited.
Yeah, but let me correct it.
Just waited until you finished to respond.
But you said something that was incorrect about me.
All right. Disregard what I just said.
No, but let me say something because somebody might hear this.
I've
been married over 30 years.
Argue with each other.
Hang on. I've never cheated on my wife.
The original question, bro. The original question. All right. I don't even damn near remember the original question.
He never got to ask it.
So let me just say this. Oh, why men lie? You say, I think Jess said, why do men lie to their woman? Why get in a relationship anyway if you're just gonna cheat and lie to her or whatever? So I'm gonna tell you why a lot of men get in relationships even though They may have great intentions or they may have bad intentions.
But why can you speak for all men, but he can't?
Like you
just said you can't speak for all men, and now you gonna tell me you can't tell nobody why nothing, man. What are you talking about? You're placating, man.
You got it.
Yeah, I'm just saying you talking nonsense, brother. Like you placating.
Talking nonsense, but I ain't saying that. But you
got everything you've been saying is nonsense.
Why y'all don't want to let him finish his point?
All right, finish. My
I got it now. Watch the screen. What kind of name is that, bro?
Oh, come on. Right. That's a child of God. That's a child of God.
Do better. So number one, back to what I was saying before I was interrupted by watching the screen. All right. So me personally, I think what is the greatest show of love? I think dying for a person.
Consideration.
Come on.
Dying. Consideration is.
No, I said the greatest show of love is sacrificing your life for a person. Is that not what Jesus did?
No, that's ignorant.
That's ignorant. So what Jesus
I
did.
agree with you. That is.
Okay. All right. So me and Shampoo, I see right now, we're never going to agree on anything. So
no. What you just said is the most ignorant thing I've ever heard.
All right. Well, just let me finish, bro. The greatest show of love to me, is dying for a person. All right. A lot of men are willing to die for their wives. And
I ain't finna.
I'm not.
I'm just saying.
True. Yeah.
If somebody breaks in the house, it's the man running to the door with the
No, my wife goes downstairs. I tell her to go down and check it out.
Yeah, we're equal now. Yeah,
my life is more valuable than hers.
You got it, bro. You got it.
Yeah, you can sip wine and act all Jesus-like, but she goes when somebody hear noise downstairs, she don't mind going down there. She's not no frail person.
You got it, bro.
You think women like to get treated like a queen all the time? That's not. You can sip wine and all that stuff.
All that elegant shit.
But women are all different creatures. All of these people, all these women right here are different creatures. They're not all the same.
Shampoo.
Bro, you're not moving the conversation though, bro. I'm trying to
moving it where? We're moving it to the gutter where it should be.
Trying to justify cheating on your wife. I don't want to talk.
I didn't just. Yo, my nigga. Hold up. All right, you talk. All right, can I respond to you? Because you keep saying that.
Watch the screen.
I said.
So we heard what you said for 20 minutes, Shampoo. You ain't letting nobody else talk, bro.
Listen, Jesus. Would that
yeah, that's what you've been saying.
Jesus, the Bible.
I'm proud of it. Mock it all you want. The point
You're not mocking it. You're just not going anywhere logically forward. You're speaking in like circle, like it's.
Wait. Let me ask the question. Let me ask this question. What do y'all disagree with? What do y'all disagree with what he's saying?
I disagree with.
You ain't heard what I said. You ain't heard
what you said. I disagree.
This is my last time being on a show with Shampoo ever. I don't even want to wash my hair.
How you going to be? I ain't going nowhere.
You'll be back, man.
I'm not going nowhere. You are.
I will never use shampoo again.
I'm here permanent. You're not.
I got you. I'm
here permanent. I don't care how your mic and your headphone. You're not here permanent. I am.
That's fine.
I'm the king. I'm the king.
You the king.
No, Anton's the king.
You was about to say queen.
Hey, listen, keep trying to convince wives why it's okay for their husband.
Be the head general.
We'll see how
I did not.
We'll see how far you get.
Listen.
I'm here permanently.
I'm here permanently. Can you say that?
You said what?
I'm here on this panel permanently. Can you say that?
Congratulations, bro.
No, don't say congratulations. You say that.
I mean that. I mean that. Congratulations.
I want you to say that.
No, I'm saying congratulations.
You know how many people tell you they love you when they really hate you? Them words don't mean shit to me. Congratulations can mean I hate you. I hope you don't succeed. Words don't mean nothing to me. Action.
You lost me 20 minutes.
Of course, because I'm above it. But what I'm trying to tell you is this.
I
said, if somebody asks me, how do I cheat on my wife? I can give them sound advice on how to. I wouldn't sip wine and say, you shouldn't do that, brother, because they're clean. I don't want to hear that shit. He wants some pussy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell them how to go get it.
I got you.
If somebody want cocaine, I'll tell them where to go get it.
Good luck on
that. Might be wrong, but his logic is sound though.
Okay, hey, that's cool. Good luck on that. I ain't trying to change
anything you could call me about anything. You could call me and say, yo, Shampoo, you know what? I wore this shirt twice and I want to take it back.
Okay, listen.
I'll tell you how to do it.
If I ever want to cheat on my wife,
leave it outside on the clothesline to get all of that smell out.
Make sure
and leave the tag on and take it back.
sure I DM Axe Shampoo how to cheat on my wife. If I ever wanted to cheat, which I won't. But the point I won't.
The question is, will she cheat on you?
Okay, that's cool. Listen, it's plenty of fish in the sea. It's plenty of fish in the sea. I've been cheated on.
Wait a minute.
I bet you've been cheated. There we go. We found it.
Hold on.
That's why you got the dangly earrings. You got cheated on. Turned into Aladdin.
No business talking.
Y'all. Hold on.
I'm just being honest with you.
Let me read some super
You
chat.
have no business talking to me, Washington.
Hold on, Eli. Hold on.
Exotic Poppy.
We're on two different levels, bro.
Exotic Poppy.
We're on two different levels.
Y'all can't let me. If y'all can't let me,
You spilled orange juice out of wine glass. What is you talking about?
Be quiet, man.
Is that what y'all call them? That's what y'all call them for short watch.
Super chat.
Can we read the super chats really quickly? I promise y'all we're gonna revisit this subject and the next subject. All right. Y'all gonna be able to get whatever it is off that y'all need to get off. I'm not gonna switch the subject too far from where we at right now, but let me read the super chats and acknowledge the people that support the platform.
Anton, take that cup from him.
Man says it's tough to tell on camera. That's outlandish. Classy young man. Shout out to classy young man. Says shout out to my fellow Oklahoman Tamara. Hey. Following you, Tamara. They own you. Man says Tamara, such a sweetheart. Blessings to you and the fam.
All right.
Kai says, crazy how cloud is more valuable than money to some people. John Francis says, shout out to our spiritual advisor, _ It's exotic pop.
X with an X. Exotic with an X, not an E.
Captain Negro Man says, you're both wrong because it's all make-believe. Atlanta since 1982. That's a heck of a name. Says Solomon had 700 wives and concubines. Not David. Jesus is from King David, side through his mother, Luke 3:23 through 38. Thank you, Atlanta, since 1982. Ambush Smasher says, Anton, you and Eli are both wrong. Jesus is on the panel tonight, and he is wearing yellow.
That's true. That's true.
Darian Murphy says, most women are not monogamous. They changed the definition to fit their habits. Monogamy is one partner for life. What women are talking about is one partner at a time, which is still adulterous. Daniel was always learning, says Miss Neely, can ranch tie this man to step up? I don't know what that means. I appreciate you, Daniel. Says Eli, since Bible, can a woman be a pastor leadership? Can a woman be a pastor in leadership? That's what Daniel was asking you.
I believe a woman can. Yeah. My pastor is a woman.
Interesting.
He's a real woman.
Saint Johnson, I'm guessing that's what the name is. Eli is sounding like Kamala tonight with this word salad he keeps making when answering a question. I'm going to come back to you, Nasty Stu, because you've been holding us down. I'm going to come back to that one. Press says Shampoo stating straight facts about the cheating. Shout out to you, Press. Daniel says Shampoo, Eli running that Jesus game right now.
Oh, yes, he
says, I'll say it in a way men can get it. No away games. Daniel says Eli, girl in the room with him right now, sipping up. DJ Ace Productions. What up, DJ Ace? Says Shampoo is the froghorn, leghorn of the panel. I say, boy. I don't know what that means. Cali Mike, what up? Cali Mike 16 says, where did you find this religious cool Mo D? Captain Negro Man says, y'all dudes are way too emotional. B Hunter, that spot. Shout out to B Hunter with the super sticker. I appreciate you. And then my dog, Nasty Stu, in the building as usual. Says Clifton saying he didn't know how to love until he was in his 60s is the equivalent of a 50-year-old woman saying she is ready for a husband now. I guess he's saying now. Because she didn't know what she had in her 20s.
Wow.
Nasty Stew, I appreciate you for the 50
comment. Women.
Give me a second. I got a couple more. F. Jackson says shampoo is an old version of TK, talking about a life he don't live. Bet you his wife is in charge at home. And
yeah. And what else is new?
Justin Mapson says, shout out to the panel, shampoo dropping 20 on them. Salute. All right. I'm about to play this clip, and then I want to get y'all thoughts. It's a little bit more spicy. We're going to ratchet up the spice just a little bit more. So we're going to turn up the volume a little bit. I'm going to start with the women, though, and then I'm going to come with the guys. I'm going to get the guys a little bit of time to calm down, and then we're going to come back to them.
A lustful man will never quench his thirst. A lustful man will always do what lustful men do. They will flatter you, they will chase you, they will say what they need to say in order to get what they want. Lustful men know how to mirror your needs. They will make you feel special. They will act obsessed with you, not because they see you, but because they see an opportunity. Don't mistake obsession for care. Don't mistake attention for love. Lust dresses up as love all the time. It flatters, it rushes, it demands, but it never truly stays. You will feel it in the way he rushes physical intimacy. You will feel it in the lack of emotional connection. You will feel it in the shallowness of your conversations. Does he bother to get to know you as a person, your dreams, goals, aspirations, your dog's name? He doesn't care how your day was. He just wants to know if you're going to come over later. How does he act when you set boundaries, when you say, no, not yet, not tonight, I'm not ready, I don't want to? Check his following. Yes, it matters. No, I'm not here to argue with you. If it looks like Girls Gone Wild in that bitch. Protect yourself. A man that only lusts for your body could never hold space for your heart. I love you.
I think that most men are gay. Those men that are so lustful for women and they jump from woman to woman and they talk so bad about women, them men gotta be gay. You can't convince me they're not. You ever met a man that always have negative things to say about women, or they post on social media all day talking bad about women? It's like, how can you always have something bad to say about women if that's what you like? You clearly like a man, and that's why you always have bad stuff to say about women, right? Just think about it. Men will get a woman, and a good woman, and will dog her out. Or they will go from woman to woman and do bad things to these women. Like, nothing good. Everything's negative when it comes to a woman. So the only conclusion I can really draw is that you have to be gay. It's no way you love a woman if you act like that.
So, a lot of people, a lot of women are speaking specifically, and you know how it is. They all jump on the trend, and that becomes a topic of the day. So a lot of women are speaking specifically about lustful men. And a lot of women are drawing the conclusion that sometimes, often at times, it lends itself to homosexuality. So I'm going to start with the ladies. Mimi, you have been quite quiet today. So I'm going to start with you, and then we're going to get the rest of the ladies, and then we're going to open it up for the fellas, and y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. Mimi, what do you think about that statement?
Well, I'll start with the second video because I do agree with that a lot. That men who speak poorly about women all the time, just never have anything good to say about women, it's a little suspect to me. I have often thought that men who talk like that are possibly a little sweet. Yeah, like if you never talk good about a woman, you've never had a good relationship with a woman, you avoid women. I mean, it's suspect to me. You don't like us.
What about lustful?
What about lustful men?
What are your thoughts about overly lustful men? The subject of overly lustful.
Well, I mean, I can agree with that a little bit because a lot of times men will what we call love bomb. They will love bomb you, make you feel like you're great and you're the thing they think about all day long, and then 6 months later they're gone. It just, it's I think there's a huge difference between lust and love, though, for sure. As far as definition is concerned, I think a lot of men are lustful over women. I definitely agree with that. I don't think that there's a whole lot of real true love out there in general. I think it could probably be both ways, men and women. I do think that women tend to actually love the men we're with more often than men. when it comes to their women. I mean, because I can agree that I don't agree with cheating. I think that this is 2026. We're not let's not talk about
Wait, we
what
know
people
what year
do
it
in
is.
other
We know what year
countries
it is.
and what people do. We live in America, and then we are we don't necessarily do that kind of stuff here. So I'm not a fan of cheating. I don't think that there's ever any excuse at this stage in the game. So, but a man who is lustful, I think a man that's lustful will cheat on you because he's lusting after you. He's not getting everything that he needs from you if it's just lust. So he's gonna go somewhere else and get it. So lustful men, I think lustful men are lustful all the time with everybody. Love is different than lust.
Jess, Carmen, Tamara.
I agree with the first lady and what she said about lust and how, some men are very lustful and basically to be weary of those types of men. I agree with the first lady for sure.
I think a lustful man is a weak man, in my opinion. A lustful man is a weak man because they don't exercise any type of weakness, any type of discipline. They don't exercise it. And we talked about a lot in this panel about, the Bible and King David and Samson or whatever. But I mean, don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure King David was tempted. Didn't he sleep with Bathsheba? Was that the name? Bathsheba was tempted. She was a married woman and sent out, and he killed out her husband or whatever reason. Mm-hmm. And Samson was also tempted by
Delilah.
Yes. Samson was, oh, thank you. Samson was also tempted by Delilah. Those are weak men, in my opinion. So yes, and lustfulness.
You're speaking about them 10,000 years later. So I mean,
these men that y'all lustfulness is a 7 deadly sins. Lustfulness led to the destruction.
Carmen, are they weak men or are they just men who need Jesus? Because at the end of the day, we know that men, like we said earlier, they have more urges than we do. They are, they've got to get the dog out, right? So it's like, is that fair to call David and King Solomon weak? Like, I think that's a very strong word when
yes,
they would be weak too.
Because even if you do have that urges, I don't disagree. Men do have urges, but it's the way that you control your urges is what makes you a great man and a great king, because their weakness to fall for these lustful, to fall for their sin, not the women. I'm not criminalizing the women that they fell for, but just the lustfulness, the give in of the sin itself made them weak, because ultimately it led to their downfall.
No.
You're talking about a man who can't control their urges, then what is that? Then that makes no difference in us and animals. Like, we can't control our urges. I'm not saying that we don't have urges, men and women, but it's what you choose. So you're gonna act on every single urge that you get every single day.
I just think that's a strong phrase to say that they're weak men. Like, I can hear you. I can understand if you said they had many weak moments, but to say that they were weak men, that's really like going a little bit above and beyond, in my opinion, because keep in mind, these men were kings. They were fighting in battles. So you mean to tell me that they were weak? Now, I understand they did have their
came from one weak moment, as you said, being for lust. So yes,
I think words have meanings, and so I think it's very important not to, like, I think and women do this a lot, right? And sometimes we don't mean to do this. We've all been guilty at some point, but it's just like we have to watch how we speak about men. Yeah. I mean, it's just hearing that really did something to me, because it's just like at the end of the day, men carry a lot. And we know that stress is made for shoulders, not hips. And so I think we really need to be careful about how we speak about men, even when it comes to if they're still alive or not. It's just a respect thing. And so I get what you're trying to get at, but it's the words that matter.
So what word would you use,
I don't think there is a difference. I think that you are weak because
it was a moment of weakness.
The Bible.
It doesn't matter if it's a moment of weakness. You still chose to give.
Anton, let the women talk first.
A moment of weakness when Eve gave.
Hold on. I want to get.
Matter?
I want to get Carmaya. I want to get Carmaya in here.
Oh yeah.
And Jess, and then the guys can jump in, and we can get it in.
Well, just to respond back to what Carmen was speaking about, the Bible says that a righteous man falls 7 times and gets back up. So there's always been grace in the Bible for men and women. The problem that we're having is that women don't want to give grace where grace should be appointed or gifted to the men. But want all the grace in the world whenever it comes to what they have going on and how they respond to things and how they react and how they fall. But as far as what I agree with the first video, how she was talking about lustful men. We want to make sure we stay away from the lustful men. That's normally the ones that they're always talking about, that's always cheating and doing all of this and lying or whatever, is the lustful men. You learn how to pick and choose them the right way. You don't have to worry about being, being in those situations where you're going to cause yourself pain. A lot of these are our own choices, and a lot of times women are just naive and not paying attention to the signs that's there in front of their faces because they think that they can fix the man. They can do this, they can do that. Oh, I'll love him to death, and he'll change for me. I'm different. For whatever reason, it's always in their mind. But as far as the men tend to, majority men being homosexual or whatever, the second video, I disagree with that. I just think that a lot of things are nuanced, and I believe that women don't really have it all together mentally. Like when it comes to how they're trying to say, oh, this person is homosexual, but you can't tell the difference between a man that's going to cheat on you. That doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean?
Don't you think that these lustful men tend to go gay because they're over sexualized? A woman can no longer, satisfy them because they're so filled with this sin and lust. And like y'all want to say, the monkey on their back is lust. And they're so over sexualized that, maybe they might go. A woman can no longer serve their needs, so they go to a man because they want to experience, and they're never going to be fulfilled.
I believe that men can be lustful to a certain extent before it crosses over into hypersexual. Hypersexual is a whole nother level of lust. There's always going to be
hypersexualized, and women too. Women tend to go the other way too, not just men.
Right. It's always going to be lustful desires. It's not just men. Women are very lustful as well, and they're very alluring and seductive, and they know how to get what they want. Men, it's not just the men thing. Is what I'm trying to say. It's like this is just a world that we live in type of thing. Like everybody is, you can fall into that category very quick.
Right. And I think that it's important to remember that lust is not only sexual. Like you can lust after things of this world. And that's why it's very important to fast and pray. That's why Jesus did that in the Bible, is because there's so much in this world that is trying to pull us away from God. So I think that's important to remember. And that's why I think the young lady was right earlier who mentioned something about grace. We all sin and fall short of the glory of God. And so that's why we have to be dedicated to building each other up, not tearing each other down. Because at the end of the day, the world is tearing people down enough. Men hear all this stuff out in the world enough. Are we going to be the women who lift them up, or are we going to be the women who tear them down? It's as simple as that.
Correct. And we're complaining so much about how the world is right now, how we're viewing everything out there. And a lot of this has to do with that disdain and that resentment that women are holding against men whenever it takes two parties. It's not just the men, they're just so lustful. They're this, that, and the third. They're gay, they're that. It's literally like, what is causing them? What is pushing them over the edge? What is pushing them more towards a different aspect instead of bringing them in? Maybe it's the resentment. Maybe it's the grief and all the pain that people want to hold on to instead of just being like, look, let's figure this shit out together as men and women in groups, instead of it just being like, oh, that's just your problem and I'm gonna just figure it out over here. And then next thing you know, you getting smacked up and cheated on, and now you're complaining about a completely different thing, and you were dealing with way less.
I agree, but at some point, grace has to stop, though. At what point does grace stop? Oh.
I want to get Jess in here real quick. Go ahead, Jess, get your thoughts, and then the guys can jump in, and anybody can say what they want to say.
I won't keep it too long. I'll keep my team brief. But as it relates to the second video, I think Shorty was diabolical just because men drag women through the mud all day, every day. I don't necessarily think that's synonymous with him being gay. I don't. As it relates to the first video, she made a great point, especially as it relates to love bombing. I think it's an unfortunate thing that a lot of women deal with this, especially attractive women, is that sometimes you're inexperienced to be had. And it can be hard to decipher who's truly genuine and who's disingenuous because they see this being and they want to experience it, but not necessarily get to know you for real or are truly invested in getting to know who you are. And I'm not a man, but I have heard a lot of men say when they get involved with a woman, most of the time they're not necessarily seeking a relationship. It just kind of slaps them in the face. So already going into that situation, like, it's kind of hard maneuvering in that space because you already know what the man wants. So it's kind of hard to determine if he truly wants something serious unless he says that. But even if he says that, it could still be malarkey if he's just trying to just bone you. And I have noticed that a lot of men just want to experience women just to say that they had them, especially attractive women.
Mm-hmm. I think as far as what you're saying, Jess, I can see your point as far as like a lot of times, I mean, you know, men have to be in that right mindset to want to find a wife, you know, and if they don't want to find a wife at that point in their life, then they're going to do what they're going to do. And it's going to be up to women to say yes or no. And I think also like women have to remember or know what they want out of a man so that they can be able to decipher if that man is giving them what they want or what they don't want. So I always tell women, look at Psalms 23, you know, and then insert the man's name where you see it says he, the pronoun he. Does he lead you beside still waters? Does he restore your soul? Does he lead you on the path of righteousness for his name's sake? And the reason why I say that is because we know from what the Bible tells us that marriage should resemble Christ's relationship with the church. Christ died for the church. But a lot of times in this culture that we're living in, people are trying to figure things out by themselves instead of sticking to what works. We know that God's word does not lie. It has not come back void, but people have to choose to trust in God. If you trust in God with your heart and you give him your life, you will see that he puts you on the right path. You don't have to figure out this life by yourself. You don't have to figure out which way you're going to go. And that's the thing is we can talk about opinions all day, but at the end of the day, the Bible is true. That is the book of life. That is where you should be getting your advice. That should be where you're getting your guidance from ultimately.
Tamira, not everyone, granted, I agree with you. I'm a Christian. I believe in God. But I also have to say, not everybody does. So that sometimes the advice that is giving or some of the things that you all are saying is not going to be applicable to people who don't believe in God. So while I agree, we still need to have more practical ways that people can receive the information, because not everybody believes in God. And then also too, back to my other point, yes, women should vet men, but also too, a lot of times, a lot of men coerce women and they sell you a good game. But like I said, at the end of the day, you're just an experience to be had. So it can be hard to decipher who's truly genuine and who's just trying to say they had you.
And I
And
hear
also,
you.
and
I hear
also
you.
the Bible, a lot of people nowadays, a lot of people want to pick and choose. We saw it on this panel right now. A lot of people want to cherry pick which verse of the Bible fits your perspective and your narrative that you're trying to.
That's game.
Nobody find like that's what it is.
And arguing you right, Carmen.
We're sitting here, and then I agree. We should show grace. Everybody falls down. We all sinners. Granted, we all
God said don't eat pork, and I bet you, I bet everybody on here eat pork.
Well, we literally everybody was laughing when I said it was lack of discipline, but we literally sitting here arguing about, oh, we should show grace. At some point, grace has to stop. Even God Himself.
Nah, I ain't no grace with you.
I disagree with you.
Carmen.
No, because we're sitting here arguing. I'm like, well, maybe we should excuse the fact of lustfulness, and now we're talking about polygamy and excusing the fact. I was like, okay, so y'all literally just forget about the covenant that you made with God and forget all about that.
I think it's more of an ego thing for you. I really do. I think it's a pride thing for you, because at the end of the day, we were just telling you what the Word of God says.
Yes.
And you did not like hearing the truth, and the truth is what sets you free. So back to Jess. I think Jess, you made a lot of
I think y'all pick and choose the scripture that y'all want to fit your narrative.
No, because one thing about it is, Carmen, have you ever actually read the Bible, the entire Bible, where it actually talks about men having multiple wives, where God actually told David himself, if you wanted another wife, you should have asked me and I would have gave you another wife. How is it that polygamy and what we're talking about going against it, whenever God Himself said it in the scriptures that He would actually give David another wife, however many wives that He asked for? So this is the thing. When it comes to scripture and you're trying to come at somebody talking about we want to pick and choose, you need to know what the scriptures actually say before you come at us. Because one thing about it is, I'm not Catholic. I'm not any kind of anything. But I've always read my Bible, and I know way too much to know that you're not finna come and tell me that polygamy was not actually ordained and given to the men on this planet.
Can I say something?
Hold on, they have the option to do that if they want to.
Can I just say something? Because he said we could jump in, the men can jump in.
That's if they want to choose to do it.
We let the men talk a lot earlier. The ladies are trying to work this out.
You gotta wait, man. We know you permanent on here. But you gotta wait.
Hey, it ain't my fault. I was asking.
I can't hear Kamaya. I can't hear her.
You gotta wait.
The polygamy is happening.
Really. I could shut it down right now if I wanted to.
It's a choice that people make. Period. When it comes to grace, if you feel like you can't give people enough grace or whatever, then that's on you. According to what Scripture says in the New Testament, it says that you're supposed to forgive a man 7 times 70. 7 times 70 is literally.
I can't do this. I can't. Come on. What are you talking about, man?
There's not.
Talking about galactic mass scripture and shit, man. Come on, man.
We also have evolved. We're not in those biblical times either. So that's
Kamala, I ain't gonna let her finish. Yo, Kamala, I ain't gonna let her finish. You don't need to finish.
We know you
finished. She's finished.
You permanent.
She already finished. She finished though. But listen. The bottom. She's finished. The bottom line is this. I think this is my personal.
30-second shampoo.
This is my personal opinion. I think that most of the Bible was written by a man to have excuses to do what he wants to do.
20.
To say, forgive me for what I do. I really think it's so we forgive the so-called white man what he did to us. So he gave us a Bible to say, forgive us, and all of these stories to turn the other cheek because I'm effing you up, so you should forgive me. I think that some of it's game. I really do. I don't think that God wrote all of that. I think man wrote all of that for his benefit. I can have 7 wives. Oh yeah, I know that's a good. Let's put that in there.
Can I respond to that?
Hang on, I'm not finished.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
I'm
Respectfully,
not
go ahead.
2 minutes.
Right.
You're at 2 minutes.
Let's keep it respectful because I'm a lady. Remember that.
You had 2 minutes.
Okay.
What'd you say?
I said, please keep it respectful because I'm a lady.
Well, I'm going to keep it respectful. But if you talking and I'm talking, I was saying something. When you was talking all that Jesus stuff, I didn't say nothing.
Go ahead, sir. Please go ahead.
All that Jesus shit, and I wasn't saying nothing.
Let's wrap it up, Shampoo. You had 2.5 minutes.
And I will continue to speak.
This nigga,
wrap it up.
you
had 2 minutes and 45 seconds. We know you're permanent.
Yo, Anton, kick this dude out, man.
You can let Tamara finish. You can let.
I ain't gonna let her do nothing.
I gotta let Eli. I gotta let you go.
Let her do nothing.
Do you talk to your wife with that mouth?
Yeah,
Shampoo?
I gotta let you go.
Get out with Shampoo.
Yes.
Gotta let you go, Eli.
Man.
Go ahead, Shampoo.
I think he is. First of all, I wanna commend
with the ejection
Tamara. I want to commend her because my daughter is 20 years old. And some of the things you say as far as standards in men, she says the same thing. So I wanted to congratulate you for holding out or seemingly holding out for the right person to give it to. You're not like the rest of these women on here. You waited.
Got that from the scriptures, though.
I see, that's the part. That's the part. My daughter's not into all that scripture stuff. But let me just finish. My daughter's 20. She says a man should do certain things. She has a boyfriend now, but he has to prove his love for her. It don't have nothing to do with scriptures. Believe me, we are not religious. Far from it. But
Mr. Poole, can I bring Eli back up, sir?
Yeah, he could bring him back up, but let him behave. Get rid of that mic and that cup. God damn, it's making him something that he's not.
Y'all not too much on Eli, y'all. Nah.
Please don't sip.
You gonna learn today.
Because what ticked me off is the fact that I'm trying to give advice or something that somebody might want to educate. Everything is not about Jesus, my dude. Some people don't. I subscribe to it a little bit, but I've always he said, "We gone, Anton. We down for the count." Hey, but let me just tell you this. Let me just ask you this, and I want to ask people a direct question. There were 9 skiers. 8 of them died today or yesterday on that. Did y'all know about that story? Wow, God damn, this is
today.
All right, it doesn't matter. 8 of them died. 1 lived. They interviewed her or their father, something like that. He said, thank God, God was with him. And that's why, that he lived. That's an insult. That's an insult to the people that died. They probably believed in him too. So why would you be so arrogant to say, oh, I want to thank God for saving me? Like you something special. You ain't shit just like the rest of them wasn't shit. So why did you live? And you're going to say God saved you? So why didn't he save them? Answer that question without calling me names. Answer that question. Why did they all live if they believed in God?
Can we?
Nobody can answer that, and they never do.
No, I mean that's
time. Yeah, that's a
no. I feel you.
Everybody gonna die. Aren't you gonna die?
Oh, come on.
Are you gonna die? Yes or no?
Wait, hang on. When you see little babies with incurable cancers, you don't question anything? Why? Because you healthy? Because you pregnant with a healthy baby, so you can still stay on your high horse?
A baby that's sick to continue to live in misery is what you're saying. Be real, Shambi.
But wait, hold on. But Shambi, hold on. This conversation, can we get back? It says women say overly lustful men.
Okay, yeah, let's go back to that.
All right. Like the right now we live in an age basically right now where sex is commodified. Sex is a commodity, and it's basically a commodity that is based against men. Like it's basically sold to men, and it's sold to men through the use of women and their bodies and their minds. So women would have to play a part, and also if that statement is true, and also in the opposite way would mean overly lustful women would lend themselves to homosexuality. And are you women willing to agree with that on this panel? Like, would you agree with that statement that overly lustful women lend themselves to homosexuality? Do you guys agree with that?
They could. It's whatever that floats their boat, I guess. Some women will, like, they'll do threesomes and all kinds of stuff. Some women, lustful women, can't get enough D. Some can't get enough, of everything. It just depends.
How would a woman know the difference between lust and love? How would they know the difference? There's actually really no difference. He's lusting after you because he loves you. He wants to be inside you, so he's lusting after you. It doesn't mean that he has an ulterior motive and this and that. He loves you. He's lusting after you. You should be happy that he's lusting after you. Damn, you can't satisfy y'all with nothing.
I think you can be lustful towards someone you love, but you can also be lustful towards people that you don't.
But how would you know the difference?
That's
my question. How would you know the difference?
Let me throw my opinion in here, real quick. I've seen, and I've talked to, I've coached, and I recently even watched a video where a guy, and I think I had shared it on the other show, After Hours, that we have on here. A guy said he would wake up in the morning, his wife would give him some, he would drop her off at work, and then he would go home and he would jerk off right after that. He would jerk off right after that.
Sounds familiar.
He said he couldn't make it out of the car, into the car without one.
You remember the video?
Yeah, it was just the other day. You did it on Room 9.
He's healthy.
He has a natural high.
No, that's not healthy.
Yeah, because the women were freaking out and the men were saying
100%.
But Anton, if men biologically carry as many sperm and all that stuff as we do, what do you think? Why do you think men carry that much like ability to give life? Like what? Like we're thinking about it with
the ability to take as much D, but we wouldn't suggest it. We have the ability to do a lot of things, but if we just gonna keep leaning into the Bible like we are, the Bible says have temperance in all things. Temperance.
I'm not really leaning in
all things. So I think what is one of the things that is wrong with the culture and society, I do think it can lend itself to homosexuality, is because a lot of people, and this is why you see this shit is so easily available at our fingertips, is that they're addicted to porn. I think that we are desensitized to what sex is now. At earlier ages, people are experiencing things that should be reserved until they get older. And so that lends itself to a lack of discipline. And because you have the ability to do it, you jump into it because it's nothing that's stopping you. Even if you look at back in the day, and I say this all the time, you had to go through a barrier to entry to even watch porn. It wasn't, you didn't have that. You even had to take the Walk of Doom in a CD place or in the back of the video store. You know what I'm saying? And you had to take the Walk of Shame to go there and get it.
Yep.
And then you had to take it up to. Then you had to take it up to the place up to the people, and you had to act like it was normal. And the person that was ringing you out knew what you was buying.
They knew you was a freak.
And you was holding the tapes with your bare hands. You wasn't even using gloves. You ain't care. You would take the tape up after somebody bought it.
It's the same for women. And when you had to go and buy your toy and then you went and got like the double dong or something. I'm not saying I did that, but I'm saying like if you the person at the video place or the sex toy place, they knew who all the freaks were in the neighborhood.
Double dong, that's crazy.
Let me tell you something.
That's crazy.
I was just thinking of the most outlandish thing I could go
down 8 Mile, because 8 Mile in Detroit is where all of the strip clubs are. From the east all the way to the west, is strip club, strip club, strip club, strip club, strip club.
Still now?
White men to even today. Strip club, white men, black men, the hood, all of that, right? And so that's what 8 Mile is. But also along 8 Mile, it used to be the freak store, right? The peep show stores, all of that stuff. And it used to be taboo, because like it used to be, oh man, the creeps is going in the freak store, like, you know what I'm saying? People will hide themselves, they will put their hoods on in order to go in there or whatever, so on and so forth. And so my point that I'm making is that what we've normalized today used to be shameful a few years ago, right? Justifiably so. And you know, it was taboo. Now, because we've validated people's demons, in my opinion.
That's a good point.
Because anything that you're doing overly can lend itself to a negative spirit. And a lot of times you can't get that spirit up off of you. And that's what I see is happening. And I think that a lot of times people's tolerance level, I've heard of guys taking blue chews in their 20s.
Yeah, it's bad.
No physical health problems, because they are trying to keep it up as long as possible so that they can. That's not natural.
But it's only been normalized in with females. Like females are open about sex toy usage and things like that. Men are shamed for that.
Everybody.
No, it's different. No, men are shamed. Men are shamed.
It's everybody, bro. It's everybody. It's all in the music.
It's not.
It's all in the music. They talk about taking
women, but Anton, women are not shamed for using roses, are not shamed for doing that. Men are shamed for that.
We're not talking about this. Isn't a versus that I'm talking about.
No, I know.
I'm not having a men versus women conversation.
Yeah.
Actually, the question is lending itself to men, right?
Yeah.
But more importantly, it's happening on both sides. Women are overly women, absolutely. The body shaming, all of that stuff. Hey, my body, my choice. Also, sexual liberation and all of that stuff. Yes, it's happening across the board. Across the board, it is happening. And so now I think that it does raise the tolerance level, so much so to where people start to continue to get curious, and that's why you see so much.
So it's a part of being so-called like bored. Like I done did everything else. Let me try this. Wow.
It's no homosexuality is normalized so much so now to where it's just a part of it.
What you said? What is normalized?
Homosexuality.
Yeah, but
Anton, people been homosexual since the medievals.
But it's not. But it hasn't been. It hasn't been normalized.
Right. It hasn't been socially acceptable in any culture.
Within the last 10 years.
Yeah.
And pardon what I'm about to say. Within the last 10 years, we've literally in the music normalized dudes getting their ass ate. That's crazy.
But we can't condemn homosexuality, can we?
Why can't I?
Exactly. It's a sin.
You gotta love everybody.
Now listen, I'm not removing your humanity. That's the beautiful thing about being in America, is that you have the choice to do what you want to do, as long as it's not illegal and it's not with kids. All right. I'm not stopping your humanity. It don't mean that I would deny you a job. And more importantly, there are a lot of Republican gay people. And so you can do what you want to do. I believe in the Constitution. I believe that we in the Republic, the whole 9 yards. But I personally, morally, don't have to agree with it.
Nice. I got you. That's clear.
That's all I'm saying. And I do think it's a gateway in a lot of instances. Curiosity leads into homosexuality. I think it's absolutely a gateway.
So you don't think
I
people can be born gay?
Say that I was happy that my son wasn't. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not against it, but I'm glad my son wasn't. You know what I'm saying?
Quick question, Anton, or even the panel. Do y'all think people can be born gay?
No.
That's a good question. I don't know.
I don't.
No, because now you're starting to question if people born gay. Now you're starting to get into religion and God made us.
I never made it a religious
image.
thing.
But God made us in his image. So when you say
that's if you believe in God.
Gay, that's
listen. Everything. If you,
I don't know about that one.
I don't know if y'all ever
once you get here.
I don't know if y'all ever truly paid attention to the innocence of a child.
Correct.
Every single situation, in most instances, and this is even statistically.
I know Corey Holcomb didn't.
Why do we always equate homosexuality with
they were born
sex?
that way? A lot of times they have been touched when they were a child.
Oh,
that's not always the case.
Listen, I said a lot of
children
times.
do what they see. Children do what they're taught.
Listen to what I'm saying. A lot of times they have been touched as a child. That's number one. Number two. How are you shaking your head? That is a fact.
It's true. I have a gay cousin, and he was touched.
That's not always the majority, though, Anton.
Number two.
I think it is.
They're
gonna clip this.
Clip it. That's a fact. A lot of times they've been touched as a child. That's number one. And number two, everything that we doing today on this earth is a learned behavior. It's a learned behavior. You did not figure it out on your own. You didn't get curious. It's something that you've seen. It's something that plays subconsciously. It's things that happen all around you. Our cultural influences, what we normalize, everything that we do is a learned behavior. Listen, you don't have
Anton, you just knew you like girls, and did somebody tell you did you like girls?
You don't have a choice whether you a man or a woman. You don't have a choice whether you black or white. You don't have a choice of what your height is.
Anton,
you have a choice of whether or not you want to let a man lay on another man with his dick out. That is a choice.
Oh man.
Anton. So when you grew up, did you just knew you like girls, or did somebody tell you to like girls?
No, he knew.
You just knew, or somebody told you?
I have never. No. Let me be very clear. I had never seen, nor had I ever heard of literally seen it in real life. I had never seen homosexuality until I was in high school.
You didn't answer the question.
Did you just know you like girls?
Absolutely. Or somebody told you to like them?
He knew boys, other boys like girls, so why would he go the other way?
Listen. What I'm telling you is this. What's normalized in my household, in my culture, in my neighborhood, nobody tells a child you have to like girls. That was what was normal. We played hide and go get it. What are you talking about? I had a crush on Tanae when I was in the sixth grade.
Okay. Right. So it's the same thing. There are people in this world. One, I'm a split it into two situations. There are people that I grew up with. I know for a fact, boys who were feminine and girls who were masculine, who grew up to be exactly what they were back then.
No,
two, we always equate homosexuality with sex. I know gay virgins who have never been with a man. Yes, I do. How you gonna tell me who I know?
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. Okay. We can do this all day. I got time. I do. And that's somebody who has historically worked in the DEI space. I do have access, and I do have a lot of information for people who do identify in the LGBTQI community. And these are conversations that they have. I do know gay virgins who there's a guy that I know who was not touched as a child. He is a gay man and has never been with the man, but just know he likes men.
The problem with this shit is, and I stand on this, y'all keep validating this trash behavior. Because you keep validating it and you make it okay.
Nobody's saying it's okay, but it is what
I mean.
The world is making her. Me Too is making us like. It's the power of the world is making us like that.
It's not just that. It's literally the chemicals that they put in the tap water in different.
I believe that people are validating the behavior and they making it okay.
But Anton, there are people out here who literally hate that they're gay. So that is just crazy to me.
But this is okay. So let me bring this out because nobody's talking about atrazine.
I got to change the subject, but go ahead.
Nobody is actually acknowledging the fact that the government was allowing atrazine to be released into tap water, into people's as they were growing up. So when you're talking about people being born this way, it's not that they're being born this way. There is a chemical that is being released that all of our people were being exposed to at high numbers, and you can research this. It's called atrazine.
It turns frogs gay, right? That same thing.
There are literally women.
I'm about to explain it. Frogs literally was exposed to it in a research study, and every last one of them went
gay.
Exactly. They went to being homosexual, where they were no longer mating with male and female.
Is that true what they talk about?
It's true. No, it's true. It's true. No, it's true. It is true.
It's very true.
But what I will say is there are men that grow up in single parent households and all they know is a mama and a grandmama, and they mimic the behavior because they don't have a balance of what masculinity looks like inside of the household. And they mimic the behavior of their mother. Their mother validates it as they grow up. They grow up believing that this is what normal looks like. And then once they become adults, they get with people that also validate the behavior and don't tell them any different. That is what everything that they know is a learned behavior. Everything that we experience is a learned behavior. Well, that's why the word says, put it in them when they're young, and it'll never depart from them. Everything that you experience at the time that your brain is still developing is going to stick with you for the rest of your life.
So let me ask you, happens. So if what you're saying is true and valid, why do gays? How did they gain so much power to the fact to the part where you can't really say anything about them or you'll lose your job, career, or anything? You got to commend them for that
because we validated it, and we let Obama and Democrats push that shit on us. The next thing you know, they start making gay marriage legal, and too many people said, "Well, you know what? That's not my business. That's not my problem." And when very few people speak up, you lend yourself to the idea that it's okay.
And it's not just the gay thing. It's just if you speak up in form of like in favor of men in any terms, you're gonna get canceled. Like they come in at Cam Newton, they canceling all his shit because he stated just like a preference or you know what I'm saying, like an opposing fact that's opposed to the general, the general facts. It's all brainwashing. It's all nonsense.
This is why I keep telling black people, you are not a liberal people.
Yeah.
You are not a Democrat. You are not a liberal people. You were not raised to be that way. That is not the core of who we were. That is not what we subjected ourselves to once we got our freedom. That is none of what we are. We are not a liberal people. We don't align with this bullshit that they keep on trying to push on y'all. And y'all keep on letting them put y'all in that basket because you think that it's a race thing, and it's not. It's cultural.
Exactly.
But women are the main.
Hold on. We got to get to the next subject. I got to read the super chats. This has been a good show. Good conversations. Truth Stand says Eli being led by a woman explains everything I need to see.
He ain't say that.
Hashtag tissue. Hey, the chat can say what they want to say.
That's true.
Brian says DL men don't like women, but gay men be women's best friend. Debo says, if you're not willing to pay all the bills, keep your man groomed, and keep his closet on point, you could never love your man more than he loves you. I don't know about that one. John Doe says, men providing and protecting is how he shows loyalty and love, not monogamy. Men marry because he can't see himself living life without his wife as a life partner. You only live once. One woman till death is crazy. Daddy and the Caddy says, ladies, you can't fall for the mushroom disguised as love. If you keep the candy store closed until marriage, that admission for the ride is free. Or that admission for the ride is a free ticket to the roller coaster. I don't know what that means. A lot of emojis in there. Callie Mike says cheating with women means men are zesty now. It's crazy. Everything women agree with, they say we're milk and cookies. Well, let me say it the way he want to say it. They say we're milk and cookies. Wyatt says there's nothing weak about men. Women are just gullible. Justin Mabson, shout out to Justin Mabson for the 20 ball, says, interesting. Some women would jump to call a man gay for being lustful. What about the factors like many men were introduced to sex way too early through porn and sexual abuse, then later also question a man for being picky? Stevie Montage says lustfulness is a gateway to sin. Example, Diddy. Fudge says, is more women who cheat in society today, so does that mean that they're lustful and are lesbians too? Tony Esquire says, when Morpheus told Neo, unfortunately, no one can be told what the Matrix is. You have to see it for yourself. He was talking about shampoo. Elmont says, AD, you got something in Tam Tam. You got something in Tam Tam. I already know what's in. Me and Tamara talk all the time.
Yeah, ain't nothing been in Tamara.
We talk all the time. Me and Tamara is special. I think Tamara got a different type of woman. F Simp says, I joined Tamara Neely's show. She is a wise young woman. Thanks. Kai says the world needs more Tamaras. Jackson says Carmine hit the nail on the head. Reading the entire Bible brings a clear perspective. Having multiple wives is not classified as sin. That's not necessarily true, but I'm not going to dig into that right now. Captain Negro Man says shampoo is a bully. Daniel says everything should be about Jesus. It's all for him. Savage Wolf Audio says corporations rely on the spilling of Godspeed for profit margins. Daniel says shampoo. I'm sorry, hold on. Daniel says shampoo is caught up Pee Wee Herman looking boomer. Narada Smith says shampoo. The Bible says it rains on the just and the unjust. Jesus himself was crucified. The apostles were tortured to death, executed and exiled. Read Isaiah 57, 1 and 2 about good people dying young. Mimi spilling the beans. She up through there. I guess they saying take you through there. Daniel says, Tamara, right. Just look at that pretty natural. Daniel says, can't be born gay.
Man, that's where he was doing so.
Can't be born against God, natural law. Callie Mike says, so it's gay, Gene. How are you born gay? Dre says, women advocate for gay men and their gay male friends more than straight men and their husbands. They never tell them to act like men and stop being sassy. Captain Negro Man says, just talk like she's with them folks 24 hours a day. Ma'am, you can't possibly know what others do.
Hey.
Someone is looking at all times.
See, Anton, why you keep reading mine like that? Don't keep reading mine like that.
Got them all like that.
Because he has
no.
He had commas and stuff in here, so that means pause. Digital Mod says, facts. Operation Paperclip is when the West learned that atrazine, a chlorinated herbicide, and sodium fluoride could change behavior to make prisoners stupid or docile. This actually is history. This is actually
Saltpeter. That's what it's called.
Jackson says, responding to Anton, you off. Sin is a transgression of God's law. Point out a law in the Bible that prohibits a man from having multiple wives. Interesting. It's not a law, but I'll actually give you, give me a second. I don't know why I'm doing this.
They have it where it says a king is not supposed to multiply wives unto himself, and the one in the New Testament says that a bishop is not supposed to have wives. So yeah.
Is it Timothy, Titus?
I think it was.
So why aren't more women out there if they're religious with men that have a lot of wives? If that's in the Bible, why aren't more women doing that? Being with multiple, you know what I'm saying? Being a harem.
You just heard it on the panel. You just heard the consensus of the panel. They not
agree with that.
They don't. They just don't agree with it. They don't believe.
And you're not really religious. You're not into you picking and choosing. Then
1 Timothy 3, you have to be blameless, the husband of one wife, vigilant, sober, good behavior, giving to hospitality, apt to teach, not given to wine, no striker, not greedy of filthy lucre, but patient, not a brawler, not covetous, one that ruleth well in his own house, having his children subjection with all gravity. For if a man know not how to rule his house, how shall he take care of the church of God? Not a novice, lest being lifted up with pride, he fall in the condemnation of the devil. Moreover, he must have a good report of them which are without, lest he fall into reproach and snare the devil. Likewise, he must the deacons be grave and not double-tongued, not given to much wine, not greedy of filthy lucre, holding the mystery of the faith and a pure conscience. And let these also be proved. Then let them use the office of a deacon, being found blameless. Even so must their wives be graves, not slanderers, sober, faithful in all things. Let the deacons be the husbands of one wife, ruling their children and their own house as well. For they that have used the office of the deacon well purchased to themselves a good degree, a great boldness in the faith which is in Christ Jesus. These things write I unto thee, hoping to come unto thee shortly. And that is in the New Testament.
So the Old Testament replaces the New. I mean, the New Testament replaces the Old Testament. I'm just asking.
No.
So they're both valid. The Old Testament and the New Testament are valid. Both of them are valid.
Correct. They coincide.
All right, I'm not gonna get into it today. I'm gonna deep dive into it later. I'll get it.
I was always curious. And can I ask something else too? Carmen, why you don't have, if you Catholic, why you don't have that gray ash on your head?
For Lent.
I be seeing people
Ash Wednesday, really?
That was Wednesday.
You ain't that Catholic, huh?
That was Wednesday, day after Mardi Gras.
I saw people with it today.
Me too.
Yeah, it was just Wednesday. It's Thursday. It just turned Thursday.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
Oh, today was Wednesday?
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
I got Virgo brain. I'm sorry.
You had your kid yet? You had your kid yet or no?
Oh no, she's still cooking. I need for her to speed it up.
Bet.
Anton frozen.
Oh, I thought he was looking at us like, what this nigga talking about?
Y'all should have took a screenshot.
Why they trying to cancel Cam Newton though? Like, why he think you can't have platonic friends? I kind of agree with Cam. I ain't gonna hold you, man.
What did Cam say? I didn't even hear about this. What did Cam say?
Cam said he's like I can't have platonic females as friends, and like they canceling the shows and all that shit. And I'm like,
his shows.
They canceled. They canceled He has a sports show in addition to his podcast, and they canceled that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Because of that?
Yeah. I think the female host was saying like,
Yeah.
All right.
We got multiple picks or something.
Let me read a couple more super chats to the next subject. Jackson says you need to study more, brother. Scriptures are not the gospels, the letters, etc. Shout out to Jackson. I appreciate y'all. Let me play this next video, and then I'm gonna pose the next question. Let me get Jess up here, and then I'm gonna pose the next question. This one is gonna be shorter. All right. Let me get to this one.
I had really strict parents growing up, and that still did not stop me from getting herpes. I dang near want to blame having strict parents on me getting herpes, because once I got my first little taste of freedom, it was over with. Like, I was wilding out. And not wilding out in a way you would think, like messing with a whole bunch of people, but the little 1-2 people that I did mess with, I was taking that shit overboard. Turned 16, got me a job, got me a car, and I done bagged me some that's in college, some 20 something so fine. It was up. While talking, we had made a pact not to do the do until he came home from college in the summer. Mind you, my parents were strict, so we weren't going to be able to like link conventionally, like at his house or my house. So I was like, just meet me at my job, and there's a parking garage, you know, at the mall. We could just meet there. So he's like, cool. I knew about protection, but I thought since I was on birth control that, you know, I was going to be okay. I wasn't aware that like you needed to use protection not only to control birth, but to protect yourself from STD. I want to say it was not 24 hours later, I was infected with herpes, and it literally happened like overnight. I went home, went to sleep, woke up, and I literally just felt something like grabbing me down there. I went and grabbed a mirror, and when I put the mirror down there to see like what was going on, I literally dropped the mirror because I was scared. It looked like it was a monster on my lady parts. I'm like, what the heck is that? Mind you, I think a few more days go by and I'm just in excruciating pain. That's why they say if you get herpes, you're going to know that you have it. Rarely, some people don't get symptoms, but most of the time you do. So I ended up like trying to hide it from my family and my parents and stuff, but I was holding my urine for so long that my urine just like expelled out of my body in the kitchen one day. And my mom was like, what is going on with you? What, blah, 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 blah. She's going off on me. So I ended up having to tell her like, there's some sores down there. It hurts really bad. And she kind of immediately knew like what it was.
Damn, that shit hurt.
So here's the question.
Embarrassing.
That was painful.
Whose fault is it? Whose fault is it that her at 16, somebody's mic is crazy.
Yeah.
That her at 16 got herpes from a 20-year-old man?
I think it's her. It's part her parents' fault, only because the 16 part.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah. It's.
I don't want to blame the parents, but
isn't that statutory rape if he's 20 and she's 16?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we all kind of, I mean, we got to think about it. We all knew those girls in high schools who thought it was cool to have a college boyfriend.
Yeah, but is it legal?
It's not.
No. Yeah, that's the part I'm talking about. So,
yeah,
technically, I mean, he was.
Yeah, but what do you think she should do now?
With her.
What do you think she should do now?
Well, I mean, she need to go get her some Valtrex and keep it moving. You know,
No,
what I'm saying?
she's an adult now.
Yeah,
she's an adult now. So she's an adult. She's grown now. But she was telling her story about how she got pregnant herpes at 16 from a 20-year-old.
I blame the man. It's the guy's fault.
I don't
Surprise.
think. I mean,
absolutely not. Before the man picture, it was literally the parents and the child. How did the child not know?
At the end of the day, as a parent, I'm not a parent, but I can only imagine you try the best you can. And sometimes your child.
You're not a parent, though. You can't speak on this.
Yes, she can. Yes, she can.
Yes, she can. Yes, she can.
I can say that, and I've heard a lot of parents say this because I grew up in the church, and I've seen the way that these children were raised and what they turned out to be. And not every child is on the straight and narrow, despite the fact that they might have been raised right in a 2-parent household. At the end of the day, he had no business preying on that 16-year-old child. He didn't. I feel like he preyed upon her. It was some easy ussy. And I feel like had that not even been a factor, hell, what the hell was his parents at? Then if I had to go in order, then it would be the girl, then it would be her parents.
Well, Dan, can I ask you a question? If you were in that position, would you be angry enough to not tell the next dude so you can give it to him?
How is that even applicable to this scenario? That's not even a question. And I wouldn't even place myself in that kind of scenario.
I would like to ask her that. Are you that angry that you want to give it to somebody else?
It didn't appear that she would have been that angry to pass it along to somebody else. That wasn't even like something brought up in the video. Where are you getting this from, Shampoo?
I'm just getting.
Why would you want to know that?
Because she's doing her hair to look pretty. Somebody gonna want to stick it.
There's plenty of people with herpes who
gonna
still
tell
date.
them, let me just tell you, I know I look good and everything, but let me just tell you, this ain't a big deal, but I got herpes.
Well,
you know what I've heard through the grapevine that some people don't even care, which is crazy work to me. But I've heard people who are diagnosed with herpes say that like their partners don't care, they just don't do it during their outbreaks. But that's the thing.
I've heard that before.
People don't care. Like that also is very stigmatized or very deemed as normal, which is crazy work. But
I don't think it was her fault, and I'm scared that I don't want to say it's the parents' fault either. But
why are we not blaming the guy? Why he ain't got no fault?
Say it.
Do we know what state this was in?
The parents' fault too.
No, I know, but I don't know because Anton's trying to protect his daughter, and I'm trying to protect my daughter, and
none of this. It wouldn't be possible.
Your child, okay, as parents, we know to equip our children with the proper knowledge about what's going on in this world. So when it comes to sex and having those talks, you need to have those talks with them as soon as puberty hits. You know what I mean? Listen,
my son is 15. I bought him the e-bike. I told him wear the helmet. He said okay. He had them eyes that say I'm telling the truth. And then he put on the helmet. He do it all tight. Yeah, he's just tighten up. All that con shit, right? And then I look out the window and he going out there and throw the helmet right in the bushes so he can pick it up when he get back. I don't get on him for that, but
case in point,
you should wear it.
But that's the point.
That's my point that I'm making.
You equip them with the information.
Yes, and they do what they want to do with that.
Right, but she said she completely did not know. That's why I'm saying that is partially the parents' fault.
They didn't want to have the discussion with her about anything about sex.
Correct. Like it's like when she's on birth control, but how does she not know about protection?
That's true.
You think that birth control is protecting you from STDs?
Sex comes with a lot of responsibility, and you have to educate yourself before you start doing it. And these kids aren't doing that.
Should have told her.
They're not doing that. So I mean, at the end of the day, it's really her fault. Because she shouldn't have been having sex at all.
I want to bring her to the doctor to get birth control. You can take your time out of your day, take your time out of work to go and bring your child to go get a pap smear and go get checked for STDs and get birth control.
And a banana and a condom and show her on the banana or the cucumber.
But I'm not
prevent you from STDs. It's very simple. So the parents is not getting away with that one. I'm sorry. They just can't.
I mean, it's not an excuse, but you can't keep blaming the parents because even though you're 16 years of age, you are exposed to the world. You are.
Wait. Y'all are assuming that she wasn't masking her age for one. You're automatically assuming that he preyed upon her. How do you know she wasn't trying to parade like she was older, and finesse him? That happens too.
Because no, it's not because she's the minor in the situation. You are the adult. You're weird as hell if you're going back to the high school.
That's what he said.
That's weird. That's weird. So that automatically puts you in an off situation.
Women lie every single day about their
watch. Don't go to them high schools.
She could have been lying to that 20-year-old about her age. She was a senior. She could have said anything.
But you still going to a high school to a high school place.
Wait, where in the story did you hear that?
Yo. Nobody hears anybody if everybody is talking at the same time. Y'all gotta let everybody get their thoughts.
Yeah, Watch was trying to get in and Carmen was just talking over.
No, I was just saying there was nowhere in the story that the guy pulled up to the high school. You know what I'm saying? She just said that she actually said that was the hot thing to do, to have the older in college boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? So this was obviously a thing that both parties were participating in. Okay, like you can't have one without the other.
She
You
also
understand what I'm
said
saying?
they agreed to wait until he got back from high school for the summer, and they couldn't do it at each other's parents' house, so they had to go in the car and do it in the bushes.
No.
So
She invited him.
That's what she said, though.
She said, I told him there's a place we can go fuck. You come over
Do
here.
adults that have their own houses or their own apartments have to do that, though?
They weren't adults. She said I couldn't bring them to my house, and I couldn't
And
go.
he should have questioned why, because her mama and daddy was there. That's why.
No, niggas lived in their parents' house until they 30.
So you mean to tell me you don't ask girls for their ID and stuff, even as
No,
right now?
No.
Before you have sex with them and they look like little girls?
Nope.
Oh, listen.
That's why y'all gonna end up in there with Diddy.
No. Oh. Diddy ain't have sex with
you better ask. You better ask in these days and times. You better ask.
Well, she wasn't asked. She got the herpes. Her parents didn't tell her. Birth control was not protected.
None of it's her fault.
Oh, definitely. A lot of it's her fault.
I never heard nobody say it yet. They said
I did. I said
dude, and they never said her.
No, she still needs to be held accountable, but I don't believe we should just go all the way and stretch for the guy and be like, oh, it's his fault. You got so many other steps before you even got to the guy. Like,
and it's her fault too, right? Because first of all, she didn't listen to her parents because I guess they were strict. So she was like, she said, matter of fact, she said, if the stricter they are, the wilder. That's not true. Why don't you just listen to them if you respect them and listen to their direction?
And
why
also,
wait. Y'all saying who's saying it is not the guy's fault?
No one.
Watch.
No. Chill. What the fuck? What the hell?
I said about 70-30.
No, you literally said the 16-year-old. Like, what? How do we know that she's not the one to put him on to it?
Yeah. Why you did say that?
Because we don't know.
That doesn't absolve the man of. That doesn't absolve the man of.
How do we know what?
He said, "How do we know that she wasn't trying to entice him, or that he was lying about her or coerced him?"
The man was the victim, basically.
Yeah, that's basically what he said.
Watch said that he coerced her into something that she didn't want to do.
No, Watch said that she coerced him into doing it.
She's 16.
Alluding to. Okay, excuse me. You didn't use the exact words, but you were alluding to that fact. Okay.
Yeah,
she's 16.
My bad. I forgot that. I was looking at her.
Wait. Yeah, she's
16-year-olds
if
lie
he was
about
20
is the point. That's what he was making. He was saying she could have lied to the guy because that's what happens normally with the girls that are in school dating the older guys.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Hold on. What does that matter? I don't give a fuck if she lie or not. It's your responsibility as a grown fucking man
to
ensure you're not fucking with a high school chick.
Period. I just told
you.
you.
How do you do that? I agree with that too, but how do you do that as a 20-year-old guy? How do you make sure that she's not?
Bro, I don't know.
Going to the high school to go pick her up.
Bro, when I was 20, I knew the difference between a high school chick.
That's what she said.
Yeah, but you would have to talk to her to find out. You couldn't know by looking at her.
Yes, I can.
I thought the girl said he picked her up from work.
It's 16-year-olds that got jobs. What that mean?
No, I was responding because I'm like, they're talking about him picking her up from high school. I'm like, she said that he picked her up from work. So if she did say that. From high school, then you would never find out that she's in high school if she's saying
that's true, because she's trying to hide the fact that she's in high school.
That's what I'm saying. You can't play like women don't be doing stuff.
Yeah, that's true. I agree.
You can't hide. I don't. Hold on. Listen, we're not gonna remove responsibility from
That's
people.
not what we're doing. I don't think.
Yes, that's exactly what we're doing. That's exactly what we're doing. We are removing responsibility from fucking adults that's walking around with herpes, giving them to fucking high school girls. That's crazy. What are we talking about?
But what if he didn't know he had it? Oh yeah,
that's still his problem.
I mean, he was only 20, so you know.
Like,
yeah, that's come on. It's not like he was 30, Anton.
You never got a physical?
No, that's crazy. No, I don't agree. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with y'all.
I don't agree with Jonathan.
Yeah, y'all was
15 is crazy. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? 20 years old.
You got an STD, bro.
Not like he's responsible going to the doctor, getting checked up and shit.
Hey, Jonathan, can I ask you a question?
The crazy part about it is herpes don't always show up the same in everybody.
Jonathan, can I ask you something?
They don't show up the same with men.
Can I ask you a question, Jonathan? Because you seem like an honest person. When you looking at in the summer, we looking at women walk by, do you say I shouldn't look because she looks too young, or you just look?
What? Say it again.
All right. When women in the summer, there's women you can't tell their age. We can all agree that, right?
No.
Jonathan, you agree with me?
You saying if she look kind of young, you should have looked?
No, I didn't say that. I said when in the summer we chilling. You young, I'm an old man. I just be chilling in the house. But I'm saying when you outside,
definitely shouldn't be looking.
No, not me. I'm saying when you outside and you looking at women, you don't necessarily know how old they are. Isn't that correct or no?
Shit. Now at my age now, I can tell. But at 20, that's a little different.
But he's not
Remember,
just.
you gotta think, man.
You
16,
can tell
20.
by talking to somebody that they are underage, even if they look physically.
Of course.
Even if they look physically, but yes, they were in a whole relationship.
Yeah, but if they look, wait, Carmen, just stop right there. I'm just playing devil's advocate. If they look physically, that means that you're gonna talk to them.
And
that little girl looks like a little girl, and she's over 20 now.
Hey, I want to hear what Carmen just said. What'd you say?
And when you talk to them, you can tell that they're
I
underage.
know, but listen, Carmen, if there's a person that looks like they're 16, you're not gonna say
yes,
nothing.
I agree. I agree. You look at them and you approach them because they look like they're of age.
No, I ain't saying yes, me. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm not saying it's you. Yeah. But if you look at them and then you talk to them for 2 or 3 seconds,
of course,
you can tell they're underage. So why are you talking about?
but you did something wrong by even talking to them.
You did right. He was wrong for his big ass 20.
That's what I'm trying to say. But you're making excuses for it. You saying that
I'm responding to you. No.
I know, but you just said that if a girl looks like she's physically older than she is, it's okay to talk to her.
But it's not okay for you to talk to them. But you're saying sometimes you can't tell. Did you not say that?
That's why you did. But if I'm in doubt of how old is girl, if it's a question in my mind, I'm not gonna say nothing to her. You saying that?
Oh, you want an approach? Okay, great. Good for you, Shampoo.
Yeah, but it's not good for you.
You're the one that's saying that just because because they look like they're of age.
No, I didn't say that. You're making what I'm saying seedy. I didn't say that. You said if they look older, it's okay to talk to them, and then when you talk to them, you'll find out. I'm not doing all of that.
Okay, fine.
I'm just gonna keep going. If there's a question in my mind that she's underage, I'm gonna keep going. You're saying it's okay. You talk to her first and find out.
You're right. No, he was wrong. It's not the parents' fault. To answer to the video, it's not the parents' fault. Even if your parents are straight, you're 16 years old. You know what sex is. You know what sex is at 16 years old. No matter how sheltered you were because of your strict parents, it don't matter. You know what sex is. He damn sure what sex was, and it doesn't excuse it. I'm sorry, it just doesn't.
You literally skipped past the fact that she said that she did not know that birth control was not.
That was the part was her parents' fault.
But she knew that sex was wrong to begin with.
16-year-old supposed to know if she's not being guided in the right way. Just because.
But you're missing the fact of the very fact that she has sex.
She's 16.
So she knew having sex was wrong to begin with.
Information just downloaded into her brain. If nobody is instructing her, hey, this is how you be safe. Hey, this is what this is for. Hey, make sure that you look out for this. Hey, look at these pictures. This is what's out there.
That's all valid, but you're missing the part that she shouldn't have been having sex to begin with.
Solely her fault.
But Kamaya, she should not have sex to begin with. She knew
if she had birth control,
she knew that having sex.
Both are right. Yo. Nobody can hear y'all
for having sex.
Let me teach y'all something.
That's what birth control is for, right? Having sex.
You shouldn't have having sex.
You have to let the other person finish before you respond. Y'all be talking over each other, and nobody can hear nobody. Go ahead.
Crazy.
Which one?
And you wonder why. You know.
So let me ask a question real quick. In the states where the age of consent is 16.
Oh God.
No, hold on. What's the cutoff? 17, 18, 19? Like where we giving a pass at and where don't we?
It depends what state you in.
Wait, how old?
I mean, I think it's wrong, period, but I'm just saying. I'm asking.
How old is the person? Let's use a
that's a good
the guy.
How old is the guy?
30. No, 20. If you talk about
guy's 20 years old.
Yes.
In my opinion, he shouldn't be talking to anybody younger than 18.
Okay, I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So it's pretty standard to me. It's
Now,
for me, this isn't rocket science.
Who do you think is to blame for her lifelong sickness?
I think that the blame goes across the board. I don't think that anybody is involved. However, I think that there's more weight on certain people than others.
The
parents.
The boy. The boy is the first one.
Yeah, him too.
He's the person that has the most, the one that you got to hold accountable the most, because he's the one that's walking around with that herp. He know fucking better, and on top of that, he messing with a high school chick.
Yeah, double whammy.
So I think that the boy is to be held accountable. I think the girl knew what she was doing. So you got to hold her accountable. I think that because she underage, to an extent, you still have to extend a level of responsibility on the parents. But then I'm also understanding that when I was young, I did some rebellious shit, and I was raised right by my parents too. So
yeah, me too.
I think that fault and blame is to go across the board, but I do not think that you can not hold him accountable for giving her herpes as a 20-year-old man talking to a 16-year-old chick.
So let me ask you a question. Since they both got it, don't you think they should stay together?
Yes. I don't know. I don't know the history of what's going on with him and stuff like that, but it just is.
That's a terrible thing that happened to that girl. That was painful listening to it.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate.
Disgusting. But what's like with the mass psychosis of like women like talking into these phones and doing their hair? That shit is weird, man. Like these phones is driving these women insane. Like especially like why you feel so comfortable expressing such insane stuff? Like
she's getting it off her chest
to the world. No, that's not normal, man. Like and that's all we see every week is just a woman in a car or someplace in front of a phone saying some wild, crazy shit. Like there's some kind of mass psychosis going on with hold on, there's a mass psychosis. Hold on.
She don't care. She'll bow right over you.
Yeah, there's a mass psychosis. There's a mass psychosis going on with women that it needs to be addressed. And unfortunately, because women are more susceptible to these things, it's going on with men too. Just in the other way, like those other men at that table, like and their opinions from the first subject. But there's like a lot of weird stuff going on with humans right now, intersexual dynamics and stuff is just real thrown off, and we're not even relying on basic biology and logic and science to get the answer. We're going based off of how we feel and just propaganda that's being shoved down our throats. Like there's an answer to a lot of these things, but it's in the logic and science and and as well as religion, but not everybody's gonna really appeal to that, especially now. People aren't really appealing to religion, especially young men who are like the most disenfranchised. So the way you got to appeal to them is through logic, and showing, it's just wild. That's not normal. Like he's talking on the phone and shit. Like that shit bugged the fuck out.
No, she's doing her hair, getting pretty to give it to somebody else.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Like, how does that work? That's what that's off the subject.
Crazy. It's crazy. That's what I'm talking. This shit is bugged out.
Because if I got it, if I had it, I wouldn't necessarily want to give it to somebody. But if I'm talking to a girl and I want to have sex with her, I don't think I would tell her I have it.
Well, damn.
I wait, because if I tell her I have it, she's gonna leave. If I don't tell her, I can get it.
That's crazy, Shampoo. You say some of the most wildest things.
No, it's not me. I'm myself in their body.
Hope you're just giving us good content. I'm just
not about content. I've been thinking like this since I was little.
Right
I'm saying, if a person has herpes, right?
So, Shampoo, you would not tell a woman you had herpes just
no,
to get
you're making it so definite. I'm asking a question. I'm looking at me. If I had herpes, I know how I think. I'm a gentleman. I treat.
No, you're not a gentleman.
Oh, come on. Ask my wife. She said he's a good boy. That's what she says. But listen to what I'm saying.
So you a dog.
Oh, listen. You're damn right. Gotta lick that ass. Like a dog. I smell it first, then lick it fast.
That's the quick way to get that herpes right there.
well, it was fun getting it. But the problem is this: every man that got herpes can't say it was fun getting it. They might regret it, but wasn't it fun getting it? Oh hell yeah, man! We had a ball that night. Shit.
If you have an STD, if you have any STD, STI, whatever it is your responsibility to disclose it. You take away the other person's choice to mess with you.
Yeah, but look, but the rhetoric around like let's say like the whole trans thing, like they're saying you don't have to disclose if you trans and all this shit. That plays into what we're talking about now, whereas those women,
where you getting this from?
Listen what I'm saying. Where women are saying they don't gotta disclose, or if I got that,
it's under the same boat. If you were born, if you're
that's
trans,
part of the code. That's part of the same.
Okay, well, that's part of my personal opinion.
Anton, they talking about women. They got trans women. They talking about I don't gotta tell them.
Wait. Why do y'all always? Why do y'all look to me to validate y'all delusion? I'm not.
No, I'm just.
It be me and my
delusion. I just said it's.
Why they call me like I'm gonna be like, yeah,
bro. Come on.
When you say that's delusion, you got they got trans women. They got trans women.
Why you ain't called Jonathan or Eli? Why you call me?
You was shaking your head. You was like.
Jonathan and Eli ain't on your level, Anton.
Hey, watch. You know you can go to jail for giving somebody HIV, right?
You showed us the phone 2 weeks ago, Anton.
Yeah, you got 700,000 in your account. I'm gonna fuck with them niggas. I'm gonna get your attention.
When I said, damn, that's a Gucci knapsack, he said, oh, this.
That don't have nothing to do with.
I know, but that's why you get the respect.
But that don't have nothing to do with a trans person disclosing.
No, I've heard that. I've heard them say they don't have to do that.
It's the same thought.
I heard that.
The same culture of thought that leads to that.
Because
the absurdity that is even a conversation is leading to the absurdity of the conversation that's gonna be had that I don't have to. I've seen it on all over the social media. I don't have to disclose that I have herpes until it's around that time and all this. That's what these women are saying, but
I didn't hear the herpes part.
The thing is, it's like nobody knows if he even knew he had it. Everybody.
That's what I'm saying. I said that.
Herpes does not show up immediately. It can take up to years.
That's true. That's a
It's
still a 16-year-old though. He's still wrong for the 16-year-old part. He should have did the due diligence to find out her age. Like
it is your responsibility. I don't know why y'all keep giving this nigga a pass.
Yeah, I'm not giving him a pass.
It's your responsibility to know your health, to know your situation, to know who you sleeping with.
Kamala saying Kamaya is saying that you might not see the symptoms for a whole year.
That's all I'm saying. Regardless, if you didn't see the symptoms, he had no business messing with her. Period.
Well, that's true. I mean, that's
period. We don't even got to talk about the sex aspect of it or the herpes. He had no business being with that girl.
And she had no
business being with him.
Well, I believe in 100% ultimate responsibility and accountability. I don't really give no I can, you know what I'm saying? I can show empathy, but I don't give passes, especially when anytime that it comes to kids, anytime that it comes to anybody that's underage, you get no passes from me. Zero.
You can't get no passes.
You get 0 passes from me when you are talking about anybody or anything that is underage. You get no passes. 0, zilch. Nada, nothing. Not as an adult, you get 0 passes, bro.
So we talking about a 20-year-old, Anton, not 30.
But still, man, I don't understand why that's not on the books.
Excuses for him. I'm just saying.
Get no passes from me.
That should be a law.
A law against what?
I'm just saying, I don't understand why they got 16 on the books as age of consent. That's crazy.
But you want to be younger? Why you got a problem with that?
That shit should be at least 18 and up.
Oh, I thought you were going the other way.
A 16-year-old, man, they don't know what they're doing, man. Talking about consent.
No. A lot of times, laws that
legal in some states.
A lot of times, we have a whole lot of laws that's still on the book. In some states, it's illegal to cheat.
That's true. You can get paid.
There are some states where it is literally a crime to commit adultery.
And it said Mississippi 16 is okay, so it's weird.
So just because it's a lot of laws that are not updated because it's just not something,
I googled it.
It's not something that legislators pay attention to. But it doesn't mean that we don't morally understand that things is wrong. I think that 18 is too young, to be honest with you.
Oh,
let's not go that far.
18 is too young, bro.
It's literally 30.
Yeah, it is. We kid.
That age.
How old do you think that the age of consent
is? 18 is too young.
The age of consent in Alabama is 16.
If your brain is not even fully developed, if your brain is not fully developed, I don't believe that you have the capacity to make some of the smartest decisions. And even though you may know right from wrong, you still are impressionable and your brain is still developing. So I think that it's just too young. Just because we do it and it's normalized, don't mean that it's valid.
Isn't it funny how in the Republican states the age of consent is younger? Like in all the Republican states, they're 16. The Democratic states, they're 18. Like that.
Because they're all eating ass in the Democratic states.
What happened?
So because they're all eating ass in the Democratic states.
Yeah, but that's nothing wrong with eating ass. There's something wrong with being with young kids. And I said in the Republican states, the age of consent is 16 in most of the Republican states. That's all.
Listen. You can't ask me because I believe that schools should be. I don't think that boys and girls should go to the same school in high school.
I agree with that too. That'll cut out a lot of that. So. But then that'll also suppress, like she was saying. She said, "Oh my parents are so."
I don't think so. I think it'll allow for you to focus. Most focused time that I ever had in my life as a young guy, like as a adolescence, was 12, 13 years old. And it's because I didn't have no distractions because my parents sent me to Catholic private school and they sent me to an all-boys school. And I didn't have no distractions. We didn't give a fuck because we wasn't trying to impress nobody. We wasn't trying to get overly impressed with nobody. We had to wear khaki. We had to wear a tie. We had to learn how to tie a tie in order to get into school every day. We was being mentored by, you know what I'm saying, other guys and grown adults that was showing us the way. We was too busy, you know what I'm saying, in sports and volunteer work, and we was doing shit. We had to go and do community service, and we had to do all of that type of stuff. And so we was busy. And we didn't have girls as a distraction. And that's why it's shown and it's proven that in schools where you don't have, where it's not co-ed, especially at a younger age, grades are much higher, retention is greater, people have higher reading scores, skills, everything. Across the board, you are a better student and you're a better person. But we so busy trying to force kids, in my opinion, to grow up so fast, and we trying to make them so cool and adults so fast, and they got the rest of their life to be grown. I don't know what the rush is.
Yeah. So. Then they got the little dance, sweetest dance, and all that other stuff.
The who?
The dances and all that.
The dances?
Yeah, at high school.
Oh,
yeah,
you talking about twerking?
Yeah, they twerking.
You seen them they twerking at the high school?
Because they did it when we was there.
Oh.
What you mean? We used to call it juking.
Well, anyways, let me read some of the super chats, and then I want to get everybody's information that they want to share with people. Callie Mike says she thought she was grown. She fucked around and found out. Both wrong. Him not for being honest, and her for being so good. So you're not wrong for sleeping with a 6-year-old. Okay, I got it. Morpheus says the age of consent is 16 in most states. With a 4-year age gap, it was legal. Y'all weird as hell, bro. Daddy and the Caddy says PSA condoms are not effective against herpes. TJ the Great 26 says the guy has the greater duty of not messing with the girl and taking care of himself medically. Daniel is always learning, says 16, she's still a baby in her mind and don't know any better. Callie Mike says, I'm not taking any accountability from the man, but we are really acting like the girls in high school didn't talk to the older guys. Multiple things can be true at the same time.
That's true. Yeah.
I know Carmaya really loved that. Carmaya, did you talk to any older guys when you was in high school?
Yes, you did.
That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. I talked to the ones, my friends, everybody in high school, that all the females, that's what they did. And we lied about our age. That's why I'm like, come on now.
And because you pretty too.
Mo Money 4155 says AD. Why isn't Blade talking anymore? I don't know what y'all talking about. Digital Mod says in England that's classed as assault, knowingly infecting someone with an STD. Daniel was always learning, says AD, don't Eli and others steal Slimmy's look and style. Captain Negro Man says at her age I was locked up. Them white folk held me accountable for my bad choices. It's on her. She defied her parents, chose to dance with a demon, and got burnt for it. Kais says the 20-year-old is at fault. How is this a discussion? Word Customs in the building says seniors that are 17 and 18 years old often date freshmen that are 14. Are they supposed to split once he graduates? Because she'd be 16, 17 when he is 21. I don't really know what that means, but
he's trying to justify it.
He's talking about like if they continue.
I know what he's talking about. Yeah. I'm not giving no credit. I'm not giving no credit.
Going there.
It is what it is.
It's not. Listen, I remember when we were seniors and juniors in high school, and when we seen them freshmen come in, they looked like little babies to us. They looked so stupid. They was fumbling with them big ass book bags, trying to get up all of them stairs. They were so wet, man. I mean, honestly, it was just like, yeah, these is little kids. They still, they just got like they acted like little kids. And we knew the fucking difference.
If you take away the little,
and
let's get out of the little kids discussion. I will say, let's get way away from it for a second while I say this. It is, to me, it's better when,
don't do it.
It's too close. It's too close.
I'm gonna start at the bottom to my girl Tamara. Y'all see her at the Tamara Neely show. But Tamara, any other thing that you want to share with the people before we wrap it up?
Thank you so much for having me on, Anton. Appreciate it. Please respond to my text message.
I got you. I promise you, I got you. You got the dopest accent too.
Oh, thanks. And thank y'all. Great panel here tonight. It was nice hearing a lot of your perspectives. And I just really appreciate this opportunity and would love for everybody to join me at the Tamara Neely show over on my channel. So yeah, if you'd like.
Check out Tamara. Carmen.
Oh, it's a pleasure to come on the show. I appreciate everybody. Thank you, everybody. I know we disagree, but I love when we disagree. And you can follow me on Instagram. I don't have a show, but go ahead and follow. Thank you for everybody. Thank you for your time and your perspective. I appreciate it.
Watch
the screen. I'm a music video director. Look out for the Max B music video dropping tomorrow. I'm a big fan. I actually produce a shampoo show with him, and I'm a big fan. I told him, reach out to Q, and it was a perfect fit. I'm happy. It worked out good because I'm a big fan of the platform, and I think he brought a nice breath of fresh air. I'm a big fan of you, Anton. What else? Holler at me if you need a music video shot. Work with big leagues, and I hope to get some more work done with y'all. Anton, if you need any services done, I'll fly out to Detroit. You know what I'm saying? My stepbrother, he was actually in Detroit. He's StockX executive and shit. Yeah. So hopefully we can do some business behind the scenes through shampoo and lock in some big plays. You know what I'm saying?
So y'all see his IG too at the bottom.
Yeah, rock with me. Yeah.
Eli, what up, Eli? Hit him off, bro. Anything you want to share? Eli, you muted.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Number one, I want to, thank God for being here. Thank Anton for having me on. Jess for plugging me in. Q, praying for you, Q. Tamara, I just followed your page and your show. If you don't follow me back, I'm following you.
Okay, I will follow you back. Thank you so much.
You're not following nobody back. If you don't follow me back, I will unfollow.
Because they trying to get her back.
Wait, did you follow the show's Instagram or my personal?
I follow both.
Okay, I'll follow you back on my personal Instagram because I'm keeping the show at 0. So
okay, well, I'm gonna have to unfollow the show.
Oh man!
Wow!
My follow account down too. I gotta eliminate something.
Oh my god! Well, I'm only following Jesus, so it's just like I can't accept anybody else's follow on the show. So
good try. I'm gonna think about it. Hey, shout out to Watch the Screen and Shampoo, man. Y'all a lot of fun.
It's all love, bro.
Yeah, it's all love. It's all love.
Always.
Blessings on the baby Kamaya. Last time I watched the show, you wasn't pregnant. Now you pregnant. How many months? It's been. Oh my goodness. Hey, let me know when the baby shower. I'll send something. You got a registry? We'll talk. I got you on the registry, man. But it was good to meet everybody. It's one of my favorite shows, bro. So good to meet everybody.
Appreciate you, big dog. Jess.
You ain't read my name off all pretty like the Tamara show, but it's okay.
Yes,
it's okay, Anton.
No. You season here. So you're going to have to get it where you live.
Yeah.
You're OG,
but follow me on all platforms. Make sure you go follow Drink Juice and drink you some juice. That's all.
That's what's up. Jonathan, you want to share anything, big dog?
I'm just a regular schmagular dude, man. I've never done this before. I appreciate y'all letting me play the background for a minute. I know I've been a little quiet, man. I'm tired, man. But
are you chilling? We appreciate you.
I appreciate everybody. Dope, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate Shampoo not roasting shit out of me. You know what I'm saying? And I got my IG handle is at J Bellwether, just a regular account, ain't nothing special, man.
I see you in a hotel room though.
Yes, sir. I'm on the road working, man.
Get that money, big dog. Get that money. Carmaya.
What's up, everybody? Peace to everybody. Thank y'all so much for all my people that always come and support me on Anton Daniels and Q Show. Q, I am definitely praying for you, my girl. I wish I'd have known earlier when I was talking to you, but yeah.
To be honest with y'all, like, don't hit her off with it because she don't really want nobody to know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She handling some shit. But just pray for her, y'all. Just pray for her.
Yeah, I pray for you. I finally am able to go live on my YouTube channel, so I will be going live this week before the end of the week.
What's the name of the channel?
My channel is Mama She Sanctuary on YouTube. So I got a few videos up there, but I'm about to flood everything because I just been doing my content on the back end while I can when I got my energy and I'm not asleep. Yeah, y'all come follow me at Mama She Heals. That's my new IG channel name. Y'all come and see me. I'm gonna do my full birth experience and stuff, like whenever it comes down to me doing my labor and everything. I'm gonna tell you.
You gonna record it?
Yeah, I'm gonna record my labor because I'm doing a water birth and a lotus birth.
Hold on, wait. What does that mean? Like,
she gonna put it all out there.
Me going through the active labor, showing like, you know, how I'm like doing it not unmedicated. I'm not getting an epidural. I'm doing it with a but I'm not gonna be showing it areas, you know, but I'm gonna show y'all the breathing techniques and
why you I thought you were saying you were gonna like film it like while you pushing the baby out. That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm gonna film it while I'm pushing the baby out. Y'all just not gonna see my, you know, my area.
It's gonna look like a giraffe giving birth.
And whatever happens, but I want to start showing more people, like, you know, y'all can do this.
Oh, God.
Dedication.
My girl had a home birth. We did that.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah. Like, you know.
No, it ain't beautiful. See, I seen my son and daughter, and they beautiful looking, but when they was coming out like aliens. Wow. Them some ugly motherfuckers.
Oh my God. Anyway, but yeah.
Bloody too. They bloody and ugly.
And I'm also gonna be promoting
my God.
That I'm gonna have bath bombs, body butter, and a scented candle for everybody in the boxes itself. So when I start promoting that, y'all be on the lookout. Love y'all.
I can see why you got all them babies.
Send me some product. I'll take some product shots for you, and I'll send you. Know what I'm saying, I got you.
Mimi, what up, Mimi?
What's up, y'all? I know I've been quiet tonight. I've been traveling all week. I've just got back from Houston today. I've been tired. Don't look, and I took a little. I ain't gonna lie, I took a little something for this live. I said I ain't trying to go off.
Percocet.
She took a Zan.
No, a gummy.
Yeah, there you. Yeah.
That's my girl. Look me. You already know.
So y'all can't get on me, you know, too hard tonight because I tried to be nice tonight. We'll spare you shampoo, but y'all can follow me. I heart Mimi B pretty much everywhere: YouTube, TikTok, Instagram.
Yeah, you just gotta keep you drugged up.
Let me ask you something, Mimi, real quick. If my card is making the noise, like,
you know what, bye.
My truck
expertise.
My truck is stuck in a rut.
Corroborated.
Wait a minute, and no, I am not a teen mama. I ain't never had a child.
A mud car wash.
Shampoo, hit them off, bro.
Check me out the Ash Shampoo. Thank you, Anton, and thanks for having me up here. You know what I'm saying? It's all love. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we all family.
Yeah.
You know, the rotten part of the family. The family that you want to be around that you ain't supposed to be with. That's the ones I love.
Listen, we love y'all. Let me read this last super chat from Kai. Says, I was not attracted to freshmen when I was a senior. Shout out to Kai. Shout out to everybody that loved the show, that switched over from Monday to Wednesday. And we doing our thing. Listen, Millionaire Morning Show tomorrow. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. We 21,000 strong on Patreon.
Ow!
And Teej Henley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. We love you. We appreciate y'all. We out. Peace.
Peace.